Okay, so we're back, and we are starting with experience points, of course. Gustav, what are you buying?
Take a 5 strength.
Okay, how much strength bonus do you have now?
It's still 3.
Still 3, okay. Johannes? 37, okay. Johannes, what about you?
I'll take another and final bump to my weapon skill. That's the word. So I will bump me up to 40.
40? Oh, that's respectable. That's above average, actually. Lambert, what about your character?
I want to change careers, but do you want me to wait until the end of the session to do that?
No, you can change careers right now. Like that's no problem. Like it's all cool.
Right. Well, I'm changing to spy.
Spy. Okay, so you're a spy now. Okay, and finally, Gaston, what are you buying?
I'll just buy some health and buy another wound.
Another wound. All right, for 100, sure.
Sounds good.
Always sounds good. Okay. All right. So who's making notes?
It's me.
It's
and
you.
I made them last week. I just wrote them down. I haven't typed them up and uploaded them. So I'm gonna type them this week.
Okay, sure.
I did it old school last week.
Okay, the documents are still here, so you know you can upload them anytime.
This is my 3rd time, technically. Yes.
Okay.
So I think I'm up next time, huh?
It's me after you.
Yeah. So Gustav will be next, I think, right?
I think so.
Okay. So last time, Johannes and Gustav, you eventually emerged from the sewers after your guide was killed in an ambush organized by some inhuman-looking foes, some half-naked, pale-skinned looking cannibal creatures. They've actually managed to rough you up pretty good, if I recall correctly, but the sewer jack that you've recruited, that you've hired actually, Dayon Eman, was unfortunately killed and his body dragged into the darkness below the streets. So you emerged from the sewers into the extremely stormy evening/night, and you tried to make your way towards the Golden Triangle Club. Along the way, you've entered a tavern, an inn of sorts that was apparently frequented by lots of city guards. Fortunately, they didn't really ask you too many questions, except for one guy, if I recall, some sergeant, but he was pretty chill. And so you've oriented yourselves rather well. Went to Kaiserplatz, right? Remind me, Sean. You went here or here? I think here, right?
Yeah, that was where I meant to go. I said Königsplatz, but that's just because I thought that the one you named was Königsplatz.
Yeah.
The actual named Königsplatz.
No. The Kaiserplatz, which is the huge square between the Cathedral of Sigmar and the Emperor's Palace, of course. And then
With the
sorry.
the deconstructed Christmas tree there, or whatever that is.
Yeah, I have no idea what that is. Probably some kind of a Sigmarite statue or something, but it looks pretty cool. And so, after going there, you made your way slowly in a very heavy rain towards the western part of the city where Golden Triangle is. However, Lambert and Gaston, you were you were the ones who really had an interesting evening, so to speak, because you've been had. Your cover got blown. Unfortunately, because of Lambert's ingenuity, you managed to kill the guard who was spying on you from the side room. Then you've blocked the entrances from both sides with some, if I recall correctly, pieces of furniture or books.
I think it was like weapons.
Yeah, well, sorry.
Swords and stuff.
Yeah, daggers, swords, you're right, Andrew. Daggers and swords. And then you've escaped through the window, made your way through the garden towards the guardhouse, engaged in a rather, let's be honest, funny duel with a single guard. I mean, Gaston tried to kick down the door. He almost broke his foot. He danced on a single foot, while hissing in pain. The guard tried to shoot you through the door, and of course he failed miserably. Eventually, Gaston, you killed the guard. You retrieved your family heirloom sword, and Lambert, meanwhile, ran away into the darkness, and you are also running away. However, right behind you, there's there are your pursuers. Sorry, pursuers, and there are quite a few of them, in fact, giving chase. Yeah. Go ahead.
Oh, I said shit.
Yeah, shit. Shit. That is true. And that's where we ended. Johannes and Gustav, you are going towards the western part of the city. The rain is it's just a blanket of a curtain of water, descending from the sky. And of course the streets are just dark. The lanterns, in this part of the city, in the section of this part of the city, actually, there are quite a few lanterns lining the streets. However, most of them are simply not operational during this kind of weather. So you're walking through this gloomy, watery hell, trying to get your bearings. You are soaked wet completely. There's not a single dry patch on your bodies. Gustav or Johannes, I would like for you to roll me either a navigation test, or if you don't have it, perception test minus 10%.
Okay.
If you have navigation, you roll basic. If you don't have it, roll perception minus 10. I think you've passed, Johannes.
Yeah.
Nice. Gustav, you want to roll, or you don't want to roll?
Sure.
Sure.
Minus 10.
So,
What's my stats? Intelligent 53. Yeah, I would fail.
yeah.
5.
So, Gustav, while you are really unable to get your bearings, Johannes, you fortunately, you visited this part of the city a few times, if I recall correctly. You were here and there, walking down the streets, and so you kinda know the certain characteristic points. You think you're on a good track. That said, you also know that there's still quite a distance to cover, and given that this is the old world, you don't really have a watch, so you have no idea how much time you have left. If anything, you think you are already late. Because you emerged from the sewers, you went to the tavern, you then went to Kaiserplatz, you are now going west. So really, this is not ideal. Sorry.
We've been gone a long time.
Yeah.
I was gonna say we've been gone a long time.
Yeah, you've been.
Hey, Gustav, can you hold your torch over my wrist sundial? I want to see what time it is.
At night in the rain.
Yeah.
What? Using the torchlight?
It's a joke. God. Not a good one, apparently.
I was about to explain how sundials work.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I mean, I think there are clocks, of course, but they are mostly.
They don't have one.
Yeah, but they are mostly large mechanisms, either used in clock towers, or perhaps in a college of engineering, or by the dwarves, I would presume. So yeah. Meanwhile, Lambert, if sorry, I know I'm repeating myself, but if I recall correctly, this is like the 6th time that I'm saying this today. You said last time that you're just running, right? You're just bolting towards random direction as far as possible from the golden triangle. Is that correct?
Yep.
Okay. All right. But do you want to actually know where you are going? Do you want to orient yourself? orientate yourself.
Sure, we can do that.
Okay, so you have navigation. I guess not.
Do not.
Okay, so in that case, perception minus 10%, please. Actually, sorry, no, minus 20, because unlike the guys, Gustav and Johannes, you are running, and you're mainly thinking about, making distance between you and the pursuers. So, perception test minus 20%.
Bump into us.
No. Actually, he can't really, because the two groups, you guys and Johannes and Lambert and Gaston, you're in two different time spaces right now. I am counting time, and currently I think that Gustav and Johannes, when this is happening, they are maybe in the tavern, or maybe you just emerged from the sewers. Yeah, that's
I
true.
was telling Sean that we still need to be hell bent on getting in there if there's nothing happening outside when we get there, because we think they're still inside and they're in trouble. You know what I mean? So
Yes, we.
Sure, Gustav. Yeah, that's my thoughts.
Friends come and go.
Well, anyway. Lambert, you're just running in a really random direction. I mean, you thought that you're running straight, but then of course you had to take a turn left and right, stuff like that. Pass by a cart, almost blocking the entire side street. Just make as much distance as possible. And because of that, Gaston, you are really left alone right now. So I'm going to draw this in for you, Andrew, so that you'll be able to know your situation right now. And I'm notoriously bad at drawing, so I'm sorry. This is the exit to the street, right? This is you. This is the room where you killed the guy, the guard. This is the exit to the garden, right? And here, here, and there are quite a few blobs. There are your pursuers. The body of the guy, let's say, is somewhere here, right? It doesn't really matter where his body is. And here's the basket with the weapons from where you took the sword. I presume that you can see what I'm drawing.
Yes, I can now.
Okay.
I found it.
Yeah, it's below the map. So you're here and the guys are over here. The distance between you and them is probably 3-4 meters, perhaps. Maybe 4 meters, let's say. So it's not a lot. You see their silhouettes in the gloom, and really, I mean that you see the first guard because there's a source of light in this room. There's a small lamp or perhaps a candle. What do you want to do before we potentially enter into initiative?
Okay.
Or do you want to or do you just want to enter into initiative, and just fuck them all up?
Basically, there's no getting at this. I can't try to run. That's what you're saying.
I mean, you have full plate on you. You have full plate on you, and full plate means that you have -1 to movement.
He has hardy, which doesn't impact.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought it was encumbrance, not movement. That's
Yeah.
the way
Encumbrance and movement.
Well, I can tell you what it says.
Is this the same? No, if this is the same thing that the dwarves have, then this only works on encumbrance. It doesn't affect the movement. I know because, in my second Asgal game, all of the dwarves have plate, and we quickly figure out that it only works on encumbrance, but they still have -1 to their movement characteristic, which for dwarves really suck because they have 2 movement.
I think you can run. This is probably your last chance to run if you're about to roll initiative. It's gonna be very difficult after that. So
Yeah, I mean, I might as well try.
Would you run? like, could you live with your as a knight?
I mean,
Well, I mean,
Mhm.
it's not necessarily about being knightly. It's about, I mean, what one guy's going to take on, what, 6 people?
well,
So,
that's
yeah.
Peasants.
that's what knights
I don't know
do.
why, like, they out of character, you know that to lose the
Right.
fight. Like, that's
Of course, a knight doesn't especially need to be suicidal, right? That's a difference.
Yeah, exactly.
There's nothing wrong with, for example, gaining tactical advantage. If, for example, this were 6 goblins and you would escape from them, then yeah, that would be rather unknightly.
you also got your family heirloom back
Yeah.
Right.
already, and if
Yeah,
you know
I
what I mean,
mean,
if they still had it, I would understand going in like guns blazing, but
yeah, I think I'm going to try to get out of this for my sake, because I don't know, that one guard wouldn't die. So these are probably like better guards too. These are probably like armed people. So I don't know. Well, that one guy wasn't even a guard, I guess is my point. So he was just like some
Yeah, he was
basically keeper.
yeah, he was a mook.
it
Oh,
happens in Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay though.
yeah.
It
Like,
happens.
like I mean, of course, Andrew, this is still this was your second fight session, so, and you are
Right.
playing a very good, like, martially oriented character. Then again, I don't know if Michael told you that, or maybe the rest of the guys, but Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay this second edition is very notorious for being a very little system, and it's very easily to lose even a strong character. That's like, it's like, I don't know, Call of Cthulhu in this regard, right?
Right.
So yeah, that's why I'm asking. What is your plan here? Do you want to stay and fight, or do you want to, I don't know, maybe try and run? You have a feeling, your character has a feeling that he probably won't be able to gain that much distance between himself and your pursuers if they will pursue beyond the gates. Or I don't know, maybe you want to barricade the door, maybe you want to try and
well,
talk.
That's my next thing. I was gonna ask if the exit over there in front of me, or behind me, however you want to look at it. What kind of doors do they have? Like, is it something that I can actually like shove like a sword in and like barricade it, or is it like it's a latch or something?
I mean, last session, from what I understood, we ended with you right outside the door, so you can, from where you are right now, you can close I'm actually going to use this ping. You can close the door here, right? But given where you stand, you won't be really able to do anything about it, because you don't have a key, and the doors are, of course, they are able to be locked from the inside. So even though you'll be able to close the door, this 5, 6, or maybe you don't know how many guys outside will just rush inside, and they will probably simply open the door, or kick the door in, or do something else, or maybe just open the huge gate to the
Right.
to the left, or rather right of this guardhouse, and then emerge. If you would be inside, then before your pursuers approached so quickly, then you would perhaps be able to close this door and actually use one of the swords as a makeshift, what was the word? Closey slab, I don't know. Yeah, you know what I mean. But right now your options are very limited, to be completely honest.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I think I'm gonna try to get out.
Okay.
If I have to fight, and I have to fight. I mean,
Okay, so you are just trying to run away. Any particular?
I don't think. I have a feeling that if I can get out, they're not gonna chase me through the street. So.
Yeah. So you are just trying to get out. Tell me, do you just run in any particular direction, or are you trying to remember where to run, so to speak? Because you can just tell me that you're running, whenever, just forward.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get out. Yeah, I'm just trying to get out and get out to somewhere. It doesn't really matter where at this point.
Okay.
Just away.
But still, at this point, we are actually entering initiative. because the guys are very close by. So we will roll initiative test. Actually, no. You know what? Before we do, let's say before we do that, you manage to get some distance between the door and yourself. So you're just running away. I'm going to remove this this map because it's not really of any use anymore. You quickly, in your heavy armor, already completely soaked by the rain, you are just running forward, sword in hand, your sword in hand, gaining as much distance as possible. You feel that the encumbrance of your armor is causing problems. You don't move as fast as you would like, and but still, now I am going to roll for their perception. All right, and you hear shouting behind you, like curses, shouts. But as you gain more and more distance, you of course run between the few buildings on the other side of the street. Then you run towards then you've cut through the opposite through the large street on the opposite end. You think that they're not really giving chase. You even took a few glances behind your shoulder, and you see that in this rainy, gloomy weather, there are no silhouettes. You are, of course, I presume that you are still running for at least a few more minutes before trying to catch your breath. But finally, after really exerting yourself, remember you're running in full plate armor. This is not especially this is no easy feat. You take
Adrenaline.
It's the adrenaline. Yeah, of course. I mean, it's still pumping through your body. It's still helping you a lot. But eventually, you are stopping under a small roof extending from one of the buildings, like the roof over the entrance to the building, to a rather large and well kept tenement building. It offers at least basic cover from the punishing rain. You realize, while panting heavily, that no one really is chasing you. That said, you are alone. Somewhere in Altdorf, you don't know where. You have your sword, you have your armor, your wits as well. But that's it. What are you doing right now?
I guess I'm gonna try to see if I can find my way back
Okay, so
to our inn.
I'll tell you what, Lambert or Gaston, one of you, only one of you, can roll a D100. If you roll 10% or below, you will bump into each other. Tell me which one of you will roll. This is not a skill, and you can't botch, so don't worry. It's just,
I will make the roll.
Make a roll, Lambert. No, unfortunately not. Unfortunately not. So, Gaston, you will want to return to the inn, yes?
Yeah, I'm thinking that's probably the best, where most people are going to end up going back.
Okay, that's the thing. You have no idea in which direction you must go. You will probably need to ask people. That the problem is that there are no people on the streets because of the weather. It's just, I can't emphasize enough. It is a freak thunderstorm. So, what's your plan? Do you perhaps, just like Gustav and Johannes, want to find an inn and eventually enter inside, ask a few questions, or maybe you have some other idea?
Yeah, I think I still want to probably get a little bit of
distance. Of course.
From the place before I go into an inn, so I'd probably just start.
The problem is, unless your character has navigation, you don't really. I mean, for your character, you think that you've got enough distance, But if you don't have navigation, you can't really know the correct distance from the place that you run away from to your current location. That said, I've told you that you've been running for good few minutes, and no one was giving chase. So you think that you're perhaps covered. Of course, if you want to like move even further away, no problem. You move even further away. Lambert, what about you? What is your plan?
I have no idea where I'm at.
No, you're not.
I'm running down streets, and how long have I been going?
You actually for a good couple of minutes, I would say.
Pretty big boy, but even that's probably gonna win me.
Yeah. I mean, both of you are very winded. Lambert because you are not an athlete, Gaston because you were running in full plate armor. So, and while it is a summer thunderstorm, both of you don't think that it's especially healthy, getting exerted so much in a weather like that. But we'll return to this in a few minutes. So Lambert, tell me please.
I'm not sure if I'm being pursued.
No.
I'm wearing very bright colored clothing. I'm going to strip off my doublet and my hat.
Mm-hmm.
Just leave.
Okay.
And continue shirtless and try to find the river at least. Then I can kind of navigate my way back. I know which way the river goes.
Right. So wait. So you're running without your shirt. You're like naked from.
No, my doublet, like my brightly colored doublet.
Oh, right.
White shirt.
Okay. Sure. Okay. So you don't want to like find anyone or talk to anyone? You don't want to enter a shop or perhaps an inn or something like that? You're just relying on your own skill, right?
Yeah, I'm relying on my own skill, but like the other side of that is talk to you. It's really late at night and it's raining like crazy outside.
Yeah, that's true. All right. In that case, roll me perception test minus 10% right now because you're not running anymore, and yeah. All right. So how does this work? Normally, it would be like if you would play roll, so to speak. You wouldn't be able to navigate your way back without, the navigation skill. But of course, like this is like we are using common sense. So while
you would be able to, if you knew a major landmark.
Yeah, exactly.
That sticks out in your head. All the fucking buildings look the same. If I can get in the same ballpark of where stuff is, I at least know a general idea of where I'm at. I can find someplace closer to the Shepherd's Lawn to hole up in. Or at the very least, if I can get close to the river, I can find a place to hide.
Yeah, that's one thing. The other, of course, is that even in the gloom, in the darkness, it is possible, for example, to spot, and you actually did spot, tall towers of the Emperor's Palace, in which lights are on, basically. So, and given the Emperor's Palace is one of the tallest buildings in the city, if not the tallest building in the city, except perhaps for a few of the colleges of magic buildings, you actually have a pretty good landmark, as you said, to navigate your way towards to. Now we return to Gustav and Johannes. Gustav and Johannes, you eventually entered the district, the part of the city which you think has the Golden Triangle Club, right? And you're making your way through not so narrow, actually rather wide and well kept, well maintained streets. Of course, there is no one here. Few times you saw in the distance silhouettes of people, maybe city guards, maybe someone late to returning home late. You're not really sure, but eventually, you recognize the buildings. Not like particular buildings per se, but the general architectural style of this place, and you know that you're on the right track. Do you want to discuss anything before perhaps finally arriving at your destination?
Hey, maybe we should split up. No.
Fuck you. No, please.
Put the torch out, so or at least not seen.
Well, do we need a torch? I think it's pretty. Or are the streets still lit?
No. The streets, while some lanterns are on, the rain is so thick, so oppressive, that most light sources on the streets have been simply put out. Remember, this is like full Renaissance era. The lanterns are not exactly waterproof, right? Even if they are of very good quality, because in the Empire, the lanterns are they are considered, a huge innovation and a very important part of larger cities landscapes. For example, if you tinker with a lantern in any way, you will be sentenced to death, because you can potentially start a huge fire. That said, as I mentioned before, most of the lanterns are simply out, so you don't really have a source of light. So.
Well, so you're saying that we're not allowed to carry a torch?
No, you can carry a torch without. Excuse me. I got you, Sean. Sorry. You can carry a torch, but is the torch soaked? Like, is it the better quality torch? Because in this rain, you'll be even unable to start, like to fire up normal torch. It will simply go out very quickly.
Yeah, that's just it. I'm guessing we didn't carry a lit torch into the bar that we were in.
Yeah. I also don't think that you did.
Here, kid, hold this torch for me while I order some more beer. So I guess we're still kind of stumbling around in the near dark, trying to make our way back to the Golden Triangles. Hey, Gustav, what are we gonna do? I mean, they're inside and we don't have an invitation. How are we, what are we gonna do?
I'm gonna reach under my shirt, and when my hand comes out, it's got the knuckle duster on it.
Okay.
Well, I mean, we don't know that anything has happened to them, right?
Right, but I mean,
Out of character, we have no idea that anything bad is
No,
happening
no.
at all.
No, you don't.
Well, I know we were supposed to meet them inside somewhere, but how are we going to do that now? Do you want to just go there and wait for them to come out now, or what should we do?
how long do we wait? I think we go and get some eyes on the place and see what's going on first before we make any rash decisions. But I'm prepared to at least fight the guard at the gatehouse to find out what like where they are, what's going on. We gave our friends a promise that we would have their backs here. I did.
We did say we were going to meet them. Well, they were supposed to help us get inside. We were coming. But anyway, it's neither here nor there. We need to go to the triangle and figure out if they're still there or what's going on. And how do we let them know that we failed in our attempt to get inside?
There may be no honor between me and Lambert, but there is trust, as we're brothers in a way.
Not yet, but we could be Eskimo brothers.
No, the
Eskimo Brothers? What's that?
Thing is like
Means
There's
they,
no
share,
op-
they share the same woman.
Oh,
That's racist.
okay.
The I think the phrase in the book is there's no honor amongst thieves but trust in your brothers and sisters. It's like one of the Ronald tenets.
Ronald McDonald?
Yeah, that one.
I am the grimace to your Hamburglar.
Okay. Now, just so you guys know, I mean, Gustav and Johannes, the place that you're looking for, and actually, you think the place that you are already in, really, is called Mauer Blimschen. It's, as I mentioned before, but let's recap it for just in case. It is one of the city's more affluent districts, and the walled estates, like like the one housing the Golden Triangle Club, belongs to urban nobles or very rich merchants and are separated by wide, clean streets. Many of the military officers who lead city and state regiments billet with Malblimshen's noble families, and street crime is uncommon because the district is patrolled by professional soldiers instead of city watchmen. That said, this is mainly 4th edition lore, because in 2nd edition Karl Franz replaced most of City Watch with professional soldiers. I tend to do this like 50-50, given that this is right after the Storm of Chaos. There wouldn't be that many soldiers able to patrol Empire cities right after the war, especially the one so terrible and all destroying like Storm of Chaos. That said, you were there, and well, that's where you've met the Inquisitor lady, Gustav. You remember that the streets were in fact wide and very clean. So yeah, you practically know where to go. The question is, where do you want to go there? That's the main question.
I want to go to the alleyway where we were walking from the other night.
Okay, but if you want to find this particular place, you will need to roll me, if you don't have navigation, minus 15% perception test. Or rather, no, just intelligence test, sorry. Which is, well, perception is based on intelligence, so
Do you agree, Sean? Is that a good place to...
Yeah, no, I think that because we because we could see what was going on.
Woo!
Oh, nice roll.
Yeah. Gustav, you lead the way. Johannes, you follow him, I presume. And eventually, you found Gustav. You found this small square with a statue, the statue under which you met the witch hunter lady after she emerged from the alley. And from that statue, it was practically straight road, like maybe a couple dozen meters, to the side entrance to this side alley, from which you were able to see the Golden Triangle. You even see that there's still the small pile of crates and barrels behind which the woman was crouching, was hiding those few days ago. Margund Outman. Of course, now she's not here, and you can see that as both you, Gustav and Johannes, as you crouch behind this makeshift barricade hiding spot, you can see in the darkness, because it's already very dark. You can see the main silhouette of the wall. Separating Golden Triangle from the main street, and above the wall you perhaps see 2-3 lights still burning in the windows of the club. You don't see anyone outside. You don't see any movement outside. The thunder is just it roars overhead. The curtain of rain is by this point just punishing, even more punishing than before. What are you doing, Johannes and Gustav? What is the plan?
I think the initial plan is to post up in a place where we can see, which is that alleyway. Because I'm stand under the street lamp that I almost got arrested in front of.
The street lamps here are not working as well. They are probably just soaked.
And I say, hey, Gustav, say that we're from we're servants of Gaston, or we're a servant and we're looking for Gaston, and he needs to come immediately. Something happened at home. What do you think?
Oh wow.
His father's dying.
Oh wow.
I'm gonna reach in my backpack and pull out a sheet of paper from my writing kit and just fold it and hand it to Johannes. So don't say out loud, just say you have an urgent.
All right. Let me put it this way, Brian. When you've opened your backpack and pull out a sheet of paper, by the time you've handed it to Johannes, the sheet is like wet handkerchief.
There's no
No.
hovering over it.
No. Not in a place like that. The houses here are very very well maintained, but because of that, they don't really have all those side roofs, or perhaps place in which you could hide. They are like it's impossible to hide anywhere here. That's why you are fully under the rain right now, unfortunately. For example, in your section of the city where the Shepherd's Wand is, even if all of the inns were closed, which of course we know that it's not true, there would still be plenty of spaces and places under which you could hide. But here, no, unfortunately, sadly not.
Would the writing kit have like how they used to put scrolls in like a little leather?
I know.
Any of those?
No, because you have to buy these things separately. It's even in the
I was gonna say just something to get the guy to look elsewhere for a brief second, so we could like whack him over the head.
Well, anyway, we're just saying that. Let's just look and see what we see, and then from there we can determine do we go through the gate or not.
Okay. Well, but what do you want to exactly look and see? That's the thing.
First, I just want to see, does is there smoke come billowing out of the place? Or the gate, is the gate off its hinges? I mean,
in that case, you will need me to roll. If you want to say anything, see anything specific, perception. But given the circumstances, it's minus 30% test. And
it'd be better if one of us walks up there, just walk past real fast.
Johannes.
Well, I look and I can't see anything from
Yeah, you really only see the rain. You think you see the silhouette of the gate. It's probably closed, but unless you get up closer, like really close, you won't be able to see anything specific. It's not only dark; it's raining, and yeah. So,
could I watch the gate from here? Like, if Johannes were to walk up and walk past it, I'm sure he's not going to get jumped.
You would probably be able to see his general outline as he would approach the gate, but anything more specific characteristic would be rather impossible given the circumstances and the weather.
Okay.
Both of you have a very good hiding spot here. This is true. Unfortunately, this hiding spot is also detrimental to you spotting anything solid. So double-edged sword, so to speak, right?
So, Johannes, if you're gonna walk up there, go walk down that alleyway, and then once you get to the Golden Triangle, turn right. If I don't see you turn right, I'll assume something happened, and I'm running down there with my crossbow pistol. Just walk around the block, come back. You know what I mean?
Okay. Well, isn't this up against the wall, or am I mistaken?
Well, sorry. What do you mean?
Well, so I'm walking. I'm just imagining we're looking at the building from our perch. He wants me to walk in front of it, past the gate, and then turn right.
Okay.
Is the
Oh, I thought it was at the end of the alleyway.
No. Let me draw it for you guys. Okay, it will be easier.
Okay.
So this is the alleyway, and this is like the pile of crates barrows, stuff like that. Both of you are here, and from this place you can see very well on the other side of the street, like I'm going to draw here. Here is the small here's a small door leading to the gatehouse, and here is like the main gate. Yeah, that's it. And here, this, and on the other side this is just a wall. The streets, as I mentioned before, they are wide and they are very well kept. But so, for example, if Johannes would want to approach the gate here, like this is the gate, all right? He would have to approach the gate here, and then I don't know, go right. So that would be actually, what can I? No,
well,
sorry.
I thought what he wanted me to do was to walk across, so walk laterally to the wall.
Mm-hmm.
Going from let's see, right here.
So like here, somewhere here.
And then
so walk and then walk to
walk behind us. Walk back around
walk
behind
that
us.
way.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
See if I can draw.
So like, okay.
Let me try to draw.
Mhm,
I'm
sure.
talking about walking that way.
Mm-hmm. You can always use measure. For example, like do something like this.
Okay.
For example.
Yeah. Like walk to the end of that block to the left, and then
Mm-hmm.
walk around the block and come back to where I am right now. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh.
this should be some sort of block.
Well, so that was my question. Is can I walk all the way around the building, or is it?
You can do something like this. You can. Sorry, I'm going to draw it. You can walk like here, right? For example. Then I don't know. Walk right here. Yes. Is that correct? And then like behind the edge, you walk probably a couple dozen meters, go down, and turn and like walk around behind the building into the alley where Gustav is. Is that correct? Is that something?
Well, I think yeah, that would make the most sense. But I think all he was trying to say was that can you walk around the building this way?
Oh yeah, of course. There.
Yeah.
Yes. Of course, there is a space between Golden Triangle and and two very similar looking mansions to its left and to its right. But if you walk into one of those alleys, Johannes, you'll be obviously beyond the reach of Gustav's vision.
Well, I was just saying that I won't be able to hear him, and I'll only
No.
be able to see his silhouette. So the only signal he could give me is if he goes right or left. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if he goes right, then
Well,
he's just scoping
How
out. If he goes
about
left,
instead of a
something's
signal?
wrong.
How about instead of a signal? How about if I just go around the block, making a left turn all the way around to come back to you, and then tell you what I saw?
Sure. Yeah. I
Yeah.
just wanted to give you some kind of cover.
Yeah, because let me for example, this. Oh yeah, this is like one of those side alleys, right? Here is another wall covering another someone else's property, right? And right here is like a side alley that you can go into and like cover the like go around the entire Golden Triangle, Johannes, if that's what you fancy. And there's a similar alley on the other side, on the left side, which is like behind the Street of 100 Taverns map, of course.
Right.
So yeah.
Well, I just figured that instead of going around into alleys, if I come out into the street, I stumble around, I walk. I'm gonna pretend I'm drunk, walking around. I'll look past the gate and then come back this way.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Way and then this way and then back here.
Okay. No worries. Right.
That's what I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm done talking about this.
It's
I'm a man of action.
It's time for action. Yes. It is Leopold style. All right. So you emerge from the alley, and you go where exactly?
zagging.
Okay.
And I'm gonna look at the various doors and this is a barred gate, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
I'm gonna walk past and just try to see if there's any sign of a commotion or if I can see anything going on. You know, the lights out inside the golden triangle, whatever.
All right. So, and you want to pretend that you're drunk, yes?
Yeah. I'm kind of stumbling.
Singing,
there.
Okay. In that case, roll me acting roll. Performance. Sorry, if you don't have it, it's half of your. I believe Lambert is performance on charisma, on fellowship. Because I know that Lambert has performance.
I think so.
Yeah. So, yeah.
All right, I'll roll on my fellowship
Mm-hmm.
pass. So 24 and a half. Nope.
Yeah, you are pretending to be drunk. I am very drunk. I can't believe how drunk I am. I can't believe all the alcohol I got into my body. Something like that, of course. And then you...
I really shouldn't have had that third or fourth alcoholic drink.
Yes, it was very strong.
I wish they hadn't spiked my Shirley Temple.
It's like in that movie McBain with Christopher Walken. There's a guy, I don't know if you saw this movie. It's like very good in a campy sort of way. There's a guy there who says that he drank 37 beers last night, and apparently he only has a slight hangover. Like he should be dead probably like 6 times already. But, you know.
I don't think he should be dead. I think he should be just like shitting himself.
Yeah.
That's a lot of bread.
Yeah, that's
just Andre the Giant amount of beer.
Yeah.
That's one Andre the Giant worth of beer.
So anyway, you approach the gate, Johannes, while pretending to be drunk, and Gustav actually, you know, he started pretending right after he left the alley, so you kind of heard him, and you don't think he's doing a very good job. Like, it's not terrible because you haven't botched, Johannes, but it's also like, you know, probably almost no one will buy it. So anyway, you approach the gate, and you're saying stuff like that, and you want to look beyond, yes?
Yes.
Alright, so in that case, roll me. But do you just want to take a glance beyond, or do you want to look for anything specific? This is important because it can change the difficulty of your test.
Right now, I'm not looking for anything specific. I'm just looking through to see if there's any people or any signs of any kind of commotion inside.
Alright, so in that case, given the circumstances, roll me minus 10% perception test. Whoa, nice.
Damn.
Alright. However, I also need to roll. So...
Yes, don't drink a sheep on the ground.
So, fortunately, Johannes, what you've seen is that you think that there are quite a few people outside, mainly because you see quite a few sources of light, like moving very quickly through the courtyard. However, they're in the distance, and as I mentioned in the last session, you know, the courtyard is like those European, very nicely maintained, like brush hedge mazes. You know what I mean, like so. Yeah, exactly. Well, maybe not on the level, on the exact level of a Versailles, but close enough. And because of that, you probably haven't seen the light sources from where you were previously in the alley. There are quite a few of them, and they are moving very quickly. For your, you think that probably a bit too quickly for your standard patrol, and you hear. Because it's raining so hard and you know there's so much thunder, you hear that the people there are actually almost shouting to each other to be heard, just as you and Gustav actually really had to speak loudly to each other in the alley to for one to hear another, and and you hear this. I'm not going to RP precisely every single conversation because it's not important, but the general gist, and you had 9 on your perception, so that's very, very, very good, is that there was some kind of commotion, some kind of attack, and some of the guests turned out to be traitors. They've apparently killed a few guards and escaped, and now the entire security is on high alert, and they are making a full sweep of the premises of the club, making sure that the rest of the guests, and of course the master himself, Everard, they are all safe. And you hear eventually that one of the hoodlums was this damn Bretonnian. But of course by that I presume that you already decide to move on, as not to linger too long in front of the gate, because you know that this is dangerous. Quite a few times the light sources, and they are probably using storm lanterns, that's why the rain hasn't put them out. Quite a few times the light sources actually move dangerously close to the gate where you are. So I presume that after hearing about the Bretonnian, you decide to move back to Gustav's alley, right?
Yeah.
Alright. So before you tell him anything, I suggest that we maybe make a 5-minute break for tea and stuff, and then we'll be right back, okay?
Sure.
Awesome. And we'll return with Michael and Andy, so
Alright.
Okay. Sounds good.
back. Sorry about that. Hello? Hello?
I'm here.
Yeah, alright. One of my circuits had tripped, so my AC had shut off, and I was wondering what the hell happened.
What's the heat like there right now?
That's a good question. Let me check that. I don't actually know.
In North Carolina, had its hottest temperatures ever recorded the Friday, I think it was.
Right now it's not so bad. It's only like 93. We've had a couple of days over 100, but most of the time right now it's just sitting around 90, 95. Oh, it's rainy tomorrow and Tuesday. Hooray! No, not much. That's stupid. I hate it. What I need is... Yesterday was good, because yesterday was just a bunch of rain, and it's not so bad today. Because the humidity is all down. I hate you. Alright. What I need is like a solid 3 or 4 days of rain to come through.
Wow.
And I'm hoping that Barrel will do that. But it looks like it's going to shoot far, far north of us. I was hoping it would do a sharp turn there and hit Louisiana and totally get some rain, but it's looking like it's just going to fuck Texas up.
Oh well.
That's fine. I don't care.
Thoughts and prayers.
One prayer equals one saved child.
Well, I'm glad that I didn't get killed trying to find out what happened to you guys.
Yeah, that was very convenient how that worked out.
What did I miss?
Oh, were you not there?
No, I had to step back. One of my circuits broke, and I had to go figure out what happened because my AC had cut off. And it was just when we were switching out some components in the upstairs AC unit, we had not fully shut that breaker. So, gravity.
Got it.
Yeah.
So essentially what happened was I tried to pretend that I was drunk and I did a very bad job of pretending, and then I went past the gate and apparently could hear them screaming at each other because they were trying to talk over the rain about the gist of what happened, that you guys were traitorous scum. You weren't really cool, and that you had killed some people and escaped.
Yep. Well, it's a good thing we totally used our real names. Ugh.
My name is Rick Hardsteel.
Split neck beef.
What?
Big,
Naked?
yeah, big, McLarge, huge.
We gotta get those Mario baseball names again.
Oh, we lost somebody, I think.
we lost Michael. There, he's back. I have that every now and then. I'm switching between tabs, and I'm like, oh, this X means switch between tabs, doesn't it? Like,
So that didn't exactly go smoothly, but that could have been a lot worse.
yeah, the fact that you and I did not die in the sewers never.
I know we still could. They could turn around right now and be like, "It's you that!"
Well, no, but I mean that's the thing is we could have been like, and they were never seen again.
Yep.
So at least we got out, because to me that was the worst thing, being lost in the sewer.
That was actually pretty costly. That was how many healing droughts? Was that 3 healing droughts?
Was it 3 or was it just 2?
I think I took 2, and you took 1 at least. Him and Handy.
Fairly certain I either would have been like killed or captured if I'd saved. I don't think it was only going to be 6 guards. I think they just would have kept on like coming.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to do the thing where you stood in the door and killed them until they clogged the door and then run away.
Yeah.
But yeah, that sounds good on paper. But yeah, it's probably have my luck where because I had one character one time that was a killing machine, but I would roll like botches or just over my my very high weapon skill all the time. Like, oh, my weapon skill is 60. We roll at 90.
You remember when Jason, he like fought the skeleton champion thing? Like to get to some pillar that we had to touch?
Oh, yeah.
And then like everybody else just ran around the skeleton because it's slow. And
Yes, I remember that exactly. Because I was one. It was like, oh, I just have to touch the pillar, right? Okay.
It's like, shit, my character just died with this.
Yes, I do. Then wasn't the light wizard his character after that?
No, I don't think he had a character after that, did he? Oh,
No,
yeah, he did. He only played for
did.
the
Right, yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's too bad. That light wizard seemed like he was badass.
Yeah, come to think of it, like, maybe that factored into him in quitting, because that's a shitty way to lose a character.
Yeah.
So I mean, if your character just dies completely and can't come back, is it standard procedure to create a new character?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
And somehow it just gets worked into the story.
You should have a backup and like work on a backup concept. Like, I wouldn't necessarily roll a character sheet yet, but like have a good concept going.
Yeah.
I think that's the hardest part of coming up with a character is like trying to come up with something sort of new that you haven't done before that you can do consistently.
Yeah.
This is the first character that I actually chose what to be, because usually I just use a random generator.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that works. I'd probably do a dwarf if I was to die.
Yeah, it's possibly gonna do a wizard.
Let me tell you about being a wizard.
Hey man, we all do it once, and it's dangerous as hell.
Yeah.
I feel like having a dwarf is probably like having another just crazy fighter too. At that point,
Yeah.
depending on which one you choose, I guess.
Well, yes. Well, I mean, like Michael was trying to say, is it's like combat. You know, you can fool yourself into thinking, oh, combat's easy, and then the rolls don't go your way, and it's like, fuck.
Right.
Yeah.
I remember, like, my very first combat in Warhammer, we killed killed a beastman, a solitary beastman. I'm badass. I can take on anything now. And found out the hard way. The next encounter, not so much.
But Leopold was a badass. Like, he could kill almost anything. I remember. Okay, so we are back. And we are back with Lambert and Gaston. Gaston, so you are trying to... what exactly? You're trying to return to the wand?
Yes.
By orienting yourself in the terrain, right? With the terrain, right?
Correct.
Okay, so in that case, after you've put additional distance between you and your potential pursuers, please roll me perception minus 10%. You are just moving ever forward. You're not sure where, in which direction really. I mean, yeah, you see the spires of the Emperor's Palace. You think at least that they are spires of the Emperor's Palace. As well as in the distance, you can even see lights on the city walls, manned by soldiers, of course. As they always are. That said, the maze of outdoor streets is it's quite something. And now I quickly need to check something. All right, and so you are moving ever forward until you hear. From behind you, actually, a voice. Hey, you there! What are you, lost or something?
Uh-oh.
You turn around?
I guess I'm gonna have to turn around and see who it is.
Alright. In the gloom, you see 4 figures. 4 men, you guess. They are dressed in longer cloaks, they have hoods over their heads. Not a single one has a source of light. You also, perhaps with slight concern, notice that, of course, they have weapons under their cloaks. That said, you don't see any real details, details of their faces, of their clothing. It's too dark. I was talking to you, says one of them. Are you lost or something?
No, I'm not lost.
Really? Then what are you doing here at this hour of the night? And what's this funny accent that you have?
Just going for a nightly stroll, trying to clear my head.
Wait a second, I'm going to roll thing. Look, boys, nightly stroll in a full plate armor. And the other 3 guys, they just laugh, right? Like, not super maliciously, but there's also something about the laugh that you possibly don't really like. Not to mention, remember, Gaston, those men, they don't really respect you. You have a feeling that, of course, maybe they don't know who you are, that you're a knight, but you don't really like their tone, especially the one who is speaking for the rest of them. So, and now I would like for you to roll me another perception test. All right, you see that the one talking, like, he's standing in front of you, like maybe 10 meters from you. The other 3 are slowly starting to circle you. The one talking is like, so, I guess you don't know the rules of this here street. No one can just walking at night like he owns it. This is our street, you see. So, if you want to continue walking, you need to pay up.
Get that cold one-liner ready.
And then realize that you own the street.
We own lots of streets, actually, but this one is our favorite, and that's why we take especially good care of it, you know? We put the money into making sure that it's serviceable, you know? That the cobblestones are replaced, that there is no rubbish lining the streets, lining the sides, sorry. So, since you seem to be a rather wealthy man, given the given what you are carrying on you, I would say that we'll settle for 2 gold crowns, and you can be on your merry way.
Alright, I have to ask a couple questions. I don't know how much money I have, and I imagine 2 gold crowns is probably a lot, right?
It is a lot. Like, a single gold crown is a lot. A single gold crown can buy you easily a weekly stay in your average inn, plus meals. It's quite a lot of money. Not to mention, I can't imagine Bretonnian Knight allowing himself to be extorted by,
Right.
Extorted by by criminals, so to speak. When it comes to money, when you roll your character, you roll 1d10 gold crowns plus what you also have from your career. I guess that a Bretonnian Knight should maybe have more. I'm not sure. It's mainly a question to you, Andy, and to Michael when you were doing the.
Right. I don't know if it ever came up, actually.
Okay, so
I'm not sure if it either.
roll d10 in that case, Andrew.
Okay.
So you have 3 gold crowns, just like that. Actually, let's make it probably, let's say that 2.5 because. Wait. You were allowed to stay for free at the Wand, right?
Right.
Okay, so no, so you have.
Yeah, everything was free.
Okay, so you have like 3 gold crowns. We'll keep it that. Now let me quickly see one thing. What I mean is, I need to check Knights of the Grail, and I need to see if.
Might be something for nobility.
Actually, funnily enough, that doesn't really matter. Noble, I think, has additional starting money, but a knight doesn't really have to. I mean, most like Bretonnian knight careers are mainly questing knights. They are on the road.
Given stuff too, yeah.
Yeah, and plus yes, and they can be given stuff. I mean, Gaston could probably walk into Bretonnian embassy in Altdorf and ask for money, and there would be a very big chance that he would actually receive some. Not to mention if you have family here, or someone who knows you, then you could also probably ask for support. That wouldn't be perhaps ideal, of course. Like, it's not very honorable, let's be honest, but it could happen, especially for when you have your wandering quest, right? So I'm very quickly checking your character advancements, and I see that it's Knights of the Grail. You're Knight of the Realm right now?
Yes.
Okay. No, actually, you don't have any additional money. This is it. But again, remember, this is not like you're poor. You can just requisition.
You started as knight errant, though, didn't you?
Yeah. He's a knight errant. And knight errant also doesn't have any any bonus money. You have you have your warhorse, you have the your armor, stuff like that. So yeah, so you have 3 gold crowns, and that's all. And I mean, question to you, Andy, because you can say that Gaston left the money at the Wand if you want, or you have it on you. It's up to you.
Right. Yeah, I'm just gonna say it's at the Wand. I don't have any money.
Okay. So what are you saying to the man?
I'm gonna say, well, I didn't realize that there was an infrastructure bill here in Altdorf to, clean up the streets. How about I get off your street?
Nah, it doesn't work like that, Slick, he says.
Well, I think it's gonna work like that.
No, I don't think it will. Tell you what, you can get off our street after you maybe leave this nice little cuirass that you're wearing.
No.
Yeah, come on. And there's this long sigh, like the man is really upset for about what's going to happen. And this was such a nice, pleasant night. Alright, boys, rush him, and he says. And they rush you. But before that, Lambert.
What's up, buddy?
Tell you what, you can hear what will happen if you roll me. You don't have to do this, but if you roll perception minus 30%, 20% actually. Nope. All right. So I presume that you're still trying to orientate yourself and go back to the wand. Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So roll me again. Perception minus 10. You're just moving in honestly rather random direction. Trying to use the landmarks, of course. Trying to find your way. Fortunately for you, you haven't found anyone on the street, like anyone unpleasant, like Gaston here. Then again, I presume that Gaston will rather wipe the floor with those guys, so no biggie.
Is there any like stop traffic, but like wagons on the sides or anything?
There are like like wagons on the sides. You mean like
Sides of the street.
that you can actually, for example, hire? Is that it?
Oh, that I can hide under.
Yeah, I mean, sure, of course, like without any problems. You don't even have to roll. There is, for example, on the street that you're currently, walking, there's a large cart that is empty, of course, but you can hide under it if you want.
I'm going to do that. Get out of the range for a bit.
Okay. So you hide under the. You hide under the wagon, no problem, and of course it helps slightly with the rain. That's it. The underside of the wagon is naturally wet as well, but at least it's slightly drier than the main street.
Yeah, nothing helps it anymore.
Yeah, the thing is that it's already very late, and even though it's summer, because of all the rain, because of the wind, it's actually rather cold. You start shivering. You haven't even noticed that before, but you are shivering a bit. And actually, this is true for all of you, even you, Gaston, and Gustav and Johannes. But Lambert is the first to notice that it's because of the whole dampness. It's very unpleasant, and you wonder, if you won't be sick. But for now, what? I presume that you just want to wait here a bit before maybe the weather clears up slightly, right? Or
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Gaston, we enter initiative. What this means is that you roll d10 and add your agility. I've noticed on your character sheet that you have 43 agility, but remember you have full plate armor on you. So
Okay. And so when does that know encumbrance from worn armor?
encumbrance, I think it doesn't. Actually, I'm going to quickly check the skill. I think it doesn't matter for carrying stuff, but it does matter for initiative. Let me quickly see. This is. Oh yeah.
Keeps on getting brought up. I just don't remember exactly what it applies to.
Oh no, sorry. Actually, all right, I was wrong. For the first time, I was wrong. You can carry heavy armor without penalties to your movement, of course, but you still have penalties to the initiative. So you have 4 movement effectively, I mean, it didn't really matter because the guys weren't chasing you, so fortunately,
Right.
I didn't swindle you here. But you still have minus modifiers to your agility when it comes because of wearing even a single piece of chainmail. So how this works? You roll d10, you add to your agility. So it's 5. Normally you would have 43, so 48, but minus 10% because of armor, so 38 initiative. So I'm going to note this down, okay. And now I'm going to roll for those guys. I will make a single roll for every single one of them because it's quicker that way and easier, honestly. Okay, let me see. D10. Now you would normally be first, but I think that they have a skill that actually gives them bonus to their initiative. Let me quickly see. Yeah. So they are literally 1 point faster than you. Because they have a total of 39, you have total of 38. What this means? All of them, 4 of them, have their weapons out. Clubs and daggers. They are street scum, obviously. They prey on the weak, helpless, defenseless, stuff like that. And simply put, they rush you. That said, given the distance and the atmospherics, I would say that they won't charge you because of very slippery cobblestones. They simply quickly move towards you and, well, they try to strike you down, to get you on the ground and just loot you. So now what the first one does, he jumps towards you. The one from your left actually jumps towards you. Oh, by the way, sorry. We can say that you have a weapon in your hand if you want.
Okay.
Because you would see that they that they put their weapons. So let's say that
Right.
you can take your sword. That said, I don't think you have your shield, right? Or do you? Okay, but do you have your dagger? Yes.
Right. Yes.
So let's say that you have your sword and dagger out. It's only fair. Yeah, and he jumps towards you, and he tries to smack you with the with the billy club, so to speak. So the first strike, fortunately for you, is very clumsy, and the man is he's not a good combatant. Obviously, he's used to, as I mentioned before, preying on the weak, on those weaker than him. So you parry his strike with almost this zero effort swing of your sword. That said, they work in a pack. The the man from the other side tries to use the distraction that his comrade has given him, and he attacks you with a low blow. That said, your dagger was ready, and the low blow was without too much of a hassle, it was parried. Now, there's one man behind you, like not completely behind you, but like to your left behind you, and you hear this. You hear his steps on the wet cobblestones. You hear the rather pathetic war cry of a thug as he tries to bring the club on your head, and you simply sidestepped. The club missed completely, but finally there's the boss, the man in charge, the big cheese. And he is trying to give you a very bad time. So wait, what was it? closed it. Oh yeah, here it is. And so he rushes you from the front without hesitation, and this time his club goes towards your arm. Are you parrying or dodging? It's up to you. Remember, if you dodge, you have minus 10% because of your armor. That also works for.
I'll just parry.
Okay, with you parry with your dagger.
Okay.
Just roll weapon skill in that case.
Yeah. Okay.
Nice. You've blocked the strike without any problem. Normally, if you have a weapon in your offhand, you can parry once for free. If you want to parry more times, you need to declare it. Now it's your turn.
Okay.
What are you doing? You are literally surrounded by 4 ruffians, even through the, even through all the rain. Of course, the whole street smells just like wet stone and wet wood. You can smell those men. They reek. They reek of stale sweat, of alcohol, of old grease, and of their breath. Their breaths are just abominable. What are you doing?
Well, I'm gonna strike back. I'm gonna whoever's closer. Whoever's closest to me.
You have all 4 practically at the same distance. The leader, you think he's the leader, is the one in front of you. So tell me, do you want to make multiple attacks? Because I think you have 2. Or do you want to make a single attack and, for example, declare additional parry, given there are 4 of them and only 1 of you? Or maybe do you want to do something else, like a defensive stance, minus 20% for them to hit you, but you won't be able to do anything else?
Yeah, no, I'm gonna go ahead and try and hit one of them.
With 2 attacks?
Sure, why not?
Okay, so in that case, remember, you'll still be able to parry once, and you'll be able to dodge. So you strike which one? The leader guy, the leader guy, the one behind you, or one of the guys on your flanks?
Do the one behind me.
Okay, you quickly turn around. You raise your sword and you try to strike the man down for daring to raise weapons against noble son of Bretonia. Roll weapon skill. First, wow, okay, 0.5. This is this is 50. Remember, we always reverse the roll, so this means the blow goes towards his left arm. You are incredibly fast, even in your full plate. Of course, the man wasn't expecting that. He will still try and parry the blow, and he failed. Roll damage.
Strength, right?
Yeah. How does your sword work exactly?
No. You roll a d10 and then you add
sorry.
your strength modifier bonus.
Yeah.
Sorry. Hold on.
But 8 is cool.
Yeah.
my bad.
No worries. Just roll d10. Okay, it's still 8. So, what kind of stats do you have? Let's see. You have. You have strike mighty blow.
I think he said that I.
You have. So it's 13 total. How does your sword work? Because I remember that your sword was had some cool special powers.
So, let's say family heirloom, is it magical?
I think it can be, but
heirloom sword. I think that's really all it is.
No, the swords, the Carcassonne swords, they have those special traits. Let me quickly see. Oh yeah, I have it here. First of all, remember, it gives you +5 to your weapon skill and +1 to your damage. And it also helps you with fear and terror, giving you additional +10 to pass those tests. So that's actually very good. So for a total of 14 damage, you struck him in the arm. Let me quickly see.
Arm falls off.
No, unfortunately, unfortunately not. That said, you've opened a huge gash on his left arm. The blood, flew into the stormy night. The man howled in agony. That said, you don't give him any chance to react, because you reverse the grip and then you try to skewer him. Roll me second attack. The second attack is minus 10%. Okay. The man will desperately try and jump away because he still hasn't dodged. Because this attack goes towards. Yeah, this attack goes towards his right arm this time. Let me see. And I think he just passed with the lightning reflexes trait that he has. He barely managed to avoid getting skewered by you. That said, you can see that his left arm is practically limp at his side. You drew the first blood. You know that those men, they have no chance against you. Yeah, Sean, actually, that's a very good that's a very good example. Okay, now let me quickly see one thing. So now it's their turn, and as we mentioned before, probably a couple of times, unfortunately, Warhammer has this at this second edition has this rather nasty habit of, I strike you, I miss, you strike me, you miss, or you strike me, you hit, but then I dodge, and so the combat can be very long. But again, this is, it is what it is. Okay. Okay, so in that case, the men are trying to. They see that you are armored. Then they see that you are well protected. You are, after all, a knight. So they simply, the guy that you've almost killed, he will make an all-out attack, yelling almost half crazy, from the pain and outrage. The others will make aimed attacks towards you. Aimed attack is what it means is that they will get plus 10% to hit you. They simply try to find a chink in your armor. So first, let's make the fellow with the all-out attack. He brays like a wild beast. He raises the club and tries to strike you down, and he just misses completely. You don't even have to dodge this because the blow lands like half a meter to your right. The other hoodlums, one of them aims for your arm and actually hits. The club flies towards your, I believe, left arm. What do you want to do? Do you want to right arm? Do you want to parry or dodge? It's right arm. It's your sword arm. Yeah.
Parry is weapon skill,
and dodge is agility.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Remember that dodge again. I know that I've said that before. Remember that you have minuses to this because of the armor.
I guess I'll parry this one.
Okay, so you quickly try and interpose your dagger between yourself and the club. Roll weapon skill. Basic. Do you want to reroll that? Remember, if you reroll and you botch, the final effect stays. But potentially, of course, you can be saved by the reroll. It's up to you.
I don't think there's a point necessarily rerolling it right now. I mean, I have all my wounds and everything, so I think I'm just gonna let it be.
Okay.
What weapon's the guy hitting him with?
Club. It's a hand weapon for games purposes. Remember that unless it's stated otherwise, clubs, axes, and swords, they all have the same stats, same as scimitars. Unless you are using, for example, weapons like White Wolf's hammer or Cafen longsword, they are described differently. But and for example, Andy's sword, like the heirloom sword, right? It's not a normal hand weapon, of course. It's a special hand weapon. Okay, so you try to stab the blow with your dagger, but the man was a bit too quick for you. He hit you in the arm. for nothing. I mean, the blow bounced harmlessly from your plate very well. That said, there are still 2 more to go, and they simply, they rain down blows on you. Not mindlessly, mind you, with at this slight precision. Nope. And the last one, yeah, the last one, like the second one also went way too wide, but the final one, the one delivered by the boss, or at least you think the man you think is probably their leader, it also flew towards your arm. Tell me, now you can only dodge this. You don't have to.
Yeah.
But you
might as well try.
Okay, so roll me agility minus 10%.
I rolled it. It's just spinning.
Yeah, roll has this kind of. Yeah, without any problems, you danced away, and now it's your turn. Your sword is ready. Tell me, what do you want to do? Remember, you can split your attacks. For example, you can strike if you use multiple attacks. You can strike one of them with single attack and another with the second attack.
Is everybody too far away to hear swords and stuff clanging?
Yeah, I mean, it's first of all, it's in a completely different time space. And I've rolled for Lambert. I mean, Lambert actually rolled for himself if he will hear that, but he didn't. Sadly, Gaston and Lambert are they are completely apart right now, and I don't think they will be able to find each other before reaching the inn. Altdorf is a huge city, and you can easily get lost in it. So Gaston, tell me, do you want to attack a single guy with 2 attacks or 2 different ones?
I'm gonna attack another single guy with 2 attacks, but one in front of me.
Okay, so
if I can injure half of them, they're probably not gonna want to stick around forever.
Okay, sure. So you're trying to strike the leader. In that case, of course, roll. Unfortunately, it's raining hard. The ground is slippery. Your first strike is not really well aimed, and the man danced away from it. But there's the second strike, of course. Roll for a second strike. And second strike minus 10 will perhaps connect, unless he will parry, because that's what he will try to do. So, if you're curious, Andy, I suggest that for a character like yours, you should, if it's at all possible, invest as soon as possible in more weapon skill. So you would probably want to have at least maybe 55. Because 48 is right. It's nice, but the more the merrier, right? So he will try and dodge. Parry. And 19. He just barely managed to deflect the blow with his he doesn't even have a dart. He has this long, slightly rusty, butcher knife. All right. So while we take a few seconds break from that, Gustav and Johannes, what are you going to do right now?
Well, I tell him that it sounds like our friend escaped, and maybe we should head back to the inn to meet up with them. Speeding this up. I don't think there's anything more we can do here.
That's good news. That's much better news than I was expecting. But let's go.
But Sean, are you actually telling him that he escaped, implying that they were chased?
Yeah, because I'm gonna tell him that they're searching the premises for them now. The jig is up. That they know that they're not cultists.
And if Gaston got away, I can't see a Knight of Bretonnia leaving a friend behind, so that means Lambert must have gotten away too, right?
Well, it sounded like they said, that there were some intruders and they got away. That they were they were posing as guests and they're not, they were posing as friends and they're not friendly. Something along those lines.
Let's get out of here then.
Yeah, because I think we're gonna test. We're not gonna be able to do anything, and they're on high alert now. So let's just go.
Okay, so both of you get up and you attempt to return to the wand. Yes.
Yeah.
So I would like for one of you really needs to roll. The other can support him for let's say plus 10%. Okay. But I will need one person to roll me only 2 times. Actually basic, because you guys had really good perception rolls. Basic perception checks of plus 10% if, for example, one of you supports the other who's rolling. And if you roll twice, if you succeed twice, then you'll be able to return to wand in probably like maybe an hour and a half. Or rather 2 hours. Alright, you have 58.
Yeah.
Okay, you do it then.
Okay. So Gustav tries to help you as best as he can. Johannes, you fortunately, you actually move rather fast and you oriented. Even in the darkness and the gloom, you spot the characteristic landmarks here and there rather well. Eventually, it takes you almost 2 hours, given the weather, the time of night, and the fact that both of you are very tired and you are hurt. But after crossing the bridge and not paying any toll, because even though there are guards on the bridge, maybe they haven't seen you, passing them by, or maybe they just didn't care, given that they were covering from the rain in one of their like small guard houses on the sides of the bridge. You eventually reach the other side of the river, the more familiar side of the river, and you enter Street of 100 Taverns, and then you eventually found Shepherd's Wand and returned home. Funnily enough, even though it took you quite a long time to do so, I would say, Michael, we can say that you don't have to roll anymore if you want to return, but we'll say that you've returned after the guys. Like, it took you a lot of time, but you eventually did. Or you can be there first if you want and then just roll. It's up to you.
No, I'll get there afterwards, but make it obvious. I will make it less obvious about getting in there.
Okay, what does that mean? How do you want to do this?
I'm trying to avoid anyone seeing me at all as I'm going back to the tavern.
Okay.
We just fucked up a rich people's house. They got money. I don't want to fuck this over.
All right. Okay. Sure. In that case, stealth roll will be needed, I think.
Silent move?
Yeah, sorry, silent move, of course. So, too many systems, I'm just...
I'll luck it.
Sorry, I wanted to give you a bonus. I mean, you still would have to luck it because the bonus would be plus 15%.
Alright, well, I am just shit today, guys.
Yeah.
I haven't had a single roll under 60.
Well, what does that mean? What it means, sorry, is that you try very sneakily to go inside, and at this time of night, there are only a few patrons left. Mainly the drunk ones, and maybe there's a single serving girl or serving boy, whatever. The fire in the fireplace is also rather dim right now, and when you in a second, Gustav. Actually, so as you make your way through the main room, Lambert, you think that you are covered. No one is really noticing you, except for the fact that one of the drunks apparently saw you, and he's like, "Oh, look, the Halflings back!" And and then he just went back to sleep. But no one is bothering you. No one is asking for you to stop to talk with you. Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah. Unfortunately, you were, and you know what? Yeah.
Stand back up straight, which is like 2 inches higher than I was, and go over to get a beer. Fuck it.
Okay. So you go to the very tired serving girl, who looks at you and she says, Master Cherryheart, I suggest you take off your clothes because I think you get very sick very soon if you stay in them.
I've heard better pickup lines, but I'm game.
She just rolls her eyes and asks, "What do you want to drink?"
I need the biggest beer you got, a bar of soap, and a bath.
She's like, she once again sighs slightly, but she says, "Very well, I'll give you the beer. Then I'll wake up one of my colleagues to bring you the bath and the soap."
I hand her a silver.
She says she doesn't take it. She says, "Master Finron says that you don't have to pay for anything. I can't take this money."
It's late at night, and I'm asking you for something that sucks.
She takes the silver, quickly pockets it, gives you a huge mug of ale, very foamy, very actually good, smelling extremely good.
My compatriots in here, are they in the main room?
Oh yes, Master Van Heck and Master Johannes, they went to their room like an hour ago, I think.
Got it. You can have the bath brought up there. Thank you.
She just nods.
I will wordlessly walk into the room upstairs with my big ass beer, and just start taking my clothes off.
Yeah. Meanwhile, you guys, Johannes and Gustav, you were first. And you came inside when there were still a few more people, not too many, but few more people than when Lambert arrived. So, do you want to maybe order something to eat before you go upstairs? Because both of you are very hungry, actually. But also you are very hurt, and one of the serving girls is like, "Oh, by Sigmar, Master Van Heck, Master Johannes, you are hurt."
Yeah. Could you send up to the room? Send up whatever the chef has cooking, and some of that Stirland style hot beer up to the room.
Hell yeah.
We're gonna change our clothes.
Right, of course. So wait, Stirland style? I don't understand, says the girl. No, I mean, I mean, you got it right, Sean. But this is like it's explicitly said that outside of Stirland, the idea of hot beer is considered a hick thing to do. Just say.
Hey man, it's backwater, man. You gotta boil everything anyways.
Oh yeah, well probably. So if you're telling her that you want hot beer, she looks at. Yeah, sorry.
Why am I defending it? Why am I not defending it? That guy's dead. I'm playing a different person. God damn it.
That's true.
He died in horrible pain
as C-3PO. Yeah.
And you're from a place that actually the Stirlanders don't really like, right? Because the Stirlanders don't like the mood, given the fact that it was once part of their province, the most prosperous one, in fact. Yeah, you suck. Yeah, exactly. So, Johannes, when you explain to the girl what you mean by Stirland beer, she winks her eyes a few times and says, "Oh, so you want me to get it warm?"
Yes.
Right. Of course. She looks like she still can believe that she heard something like that from you.
You has dropped 10 points.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Serving girl will remember this.
Talk like that to Hannah and you never get late, right? Yeah. So anyway, you and Gustav go upstairs, and you enter the room. You see or rather hear that Marla is sleeping, snoring, not too loudly, but still. Actually, I am going to roll if she gets up. But when you enter, she quickly, she sat upright on the bed and she's like, who's there? Huh?
Don't worry, Marla. It's just Gustav and Johannes.
All right. And she's like, she inhales loudly through her nose like 2-3 times.
I walk up and give her an awkward hug.
You boys like, oh, really? You boys really need a bath. Oh, you smell like sewer water, rain, and something else. And she hugs you back, Gustav. Wait, and she then places you at arm's length, Gustav. She looks you up and down in this, there's a small candle burning, so there is not a lot, but there is light in the room. She looks you up and down. Gustav, you're hurt. And she looks at you, Johannes. You're hurt too. What?
We're fine.
What?
Our guy didn't make it.
The hell you are, she says. She gets up from her bed and come on, sit down. I need to take a look at this. Oh, Shalia. Are those claw marks? Actually, they are. You remember that the creatures in the sewers, they use those long, broken claws, caked in grime. Yeah. You need to take care of that. And remind me, does Marla have healing? I don't think she does.
I think she can. She can learn it on her career.
I bet you were teaching her.
Yeah, I also think. Actually, she has night vision. Nice. Okay, she's like,
Closeted elf.
yeah. She's like, Gustav, maybe you want to take care of your wounds, but I think after a bath, right? I'll go downstairs, order a bath for you.
Words cannot describe how shit you smell.
Yeah, but right now, even though she wrinkles her nose a lot, it's obvious that she's very concerned for both of you. And only when you sit down in your room with this low light, giving the bare illumination, you look at each other and you see that you have never looked worse. You are both completely soaked. Your clothes are just drenched, and they are mixed with, they're mixed with water, blood, and sewer stuff. You guess that you probably need new clothes tomorrow, because I mean obviously you'll be able to wear them again, of course, but first of all they won't get dry until tomorrow, and even if they will still reek. Mala goes down stairs to fetch you a bath, and it's a long bath, so by the time you're not even yet finished, the door opens and Lambert walks in. Lambert, you walk in and you see that there are two large wooden baths, of course, in the middle of the room. In one sits Johannes, in another sits Gustav. It's like that, scene from Witcher, right?
Yeah.
Except without Henry Cavill, of course.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about from the game, where this, sneak a lobster in the pond. So yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, I haven't played the game, so I can't really comment on that. But
point of view, and I will remember that.
yeah, I don't know. It's a shame. I'm from Poland and I haven't played Witcher, so I did read all the books, so that's fine.
Really Polish.
Yeah. I'm
I feel
part.
like that's, if you're American and you haven't seen Die Hard, it's kind of
Yeah.
Best Christmas movie ever.
Yes, that and Kevin Home Alone. Home Alone.
oh, yeah.
Because in Poland it's Kevin Home Alone, like if you want to translate it to one to one. But I know that English version is just Home Alone, and it's our Christmas movie as well. This and Die Hard.
Yeah.
But anyway, you see that Lambert returns. Lambert is he looks different than when he left. I mean, you don't have your doublet on you, and you don't have the hat. Other than that, Lambert looks fine. Of course, he's completely wet. Lambert, you see the guys are in the bath. The place stinks. Like the room stinks. Even though Marla opened the window slightly, it smells of blood, it smells of filth, of sewers, you think. And you can also clearly see that both Johannes and Gustav are wounded. They've been hurt, and rather badly, if I recall correctly. Both of you are... How much HP do you have, Gustav?
I'm pretty good now. I mean, I probably have scars, but I took 2 healing drops, I think.
Okay.
I healed back up to... I now have 10.
Okay. So...
The blood has stopped flowing.
Yeah.
I look bad, but...
Yeah, I mean...
I have 10 wounds out of 16.
Okay, so still, Johannes looks slightly better because he has 10 out of 13, you have 10 out of 16. Even so, the magical properties of the draughts helped, sure, but Lambert, you can see that the boys have those long claw marks on their bodies, and they are still red. Not only red, but you think in the dim light of the room that edges of some of those claw marks, they are slightly dark. Like there's some kind of infection, perhaps, you don't really know. Marla sits on a bed right next to them. There are, of course, empty plates and empty mugs at the nearby. They've already eaten. Johannes, Gustav, you see Lambert enters. Yeah.
In a show of expert halfling gastronomy, I would like to chug my beer as quick as possible while holding up a finger to shut up.
Okay. You do this without any problems. You do this like beer drinking on time, right? Like chug.
Unhinge my jaw and just pour it back. Yeah.
Yeah. That's, wait. Don't you guys have in your country like competition for this kind of thing, or is this your college stuff?
No. It's lore. It's competition with dwarves when they come
what?
to town.
Okay. Wait, really?
Yeah.
Okay. But like dwarves, like you mean short people?
I mean like dwarf. Oh, you mean in my...
Yeah, I mean in the States.
I thought you were asking about moot lore.
No. I mean,
okay.
I wouldn't be surprised.
No, it's dwarf tossing and yeah.
Okay.
I don't know, man. Like, I've shotgunned a few beers in my life. I don't think I've ever done like a fucking race to get fucking sloshed.
All right, sure. Yeah, well,
and already both got away. Is Gaston not with you?
About that, and I just start taking my clothes off.
Mm-hmm.
Completely.
Yeah.
And I as I'm taking them off, I'm saying, shit happened. Something tipped off the weird sex cult, or whatever the hell it was that we were there for. I'm pretty sure they wanted to kill me because they're racist as fuck. And we got kind of trapped into a room when we tried to strategize on what to do next. And I RKO'd a guy who died. So I killed somebody. Did I kill 2 people? I don't know. People died. But we got it. I got out. I don't know about Gaston. I got out though.
Out of the cross when you say that.
Yeah. Go team. What the fuck happened to you? You look like you lost a fight with a cat.
Almost did it. I'm not sure it was a cat. It might have been.
I don't know. Some weird people living in the sewer attacked us.
We lost our guide, and I make the sign of the cross again.
He lost his leg, and we lost him.
Christian?
No, it's a Shalaya that one of her symbols is actually the cross.
Yeah.
Oh, like the medic cross. You know what I mean?
Some form of weird new
I know.
religion.
It sounds like I'm working at some Christianity. I'm not. It's in the book. It's one of her symbols.
Well, I got out. All right. I don't know. It sucked. Getting back here sucked, but I need to de-stress. So I've got a bath coming up. I need to de-stress, and then I can probably lay out better what happened.
Where's Gaston?
But, and I very openly cross my two fingers and say, I really, really hope he got out of there. And I flick a silver into your bath.
I was gonna say, why do you need another bath? Only two of us use this one.
I mean, each of you has a single one shot.
You both smell like
Like shit, says Marla.
You both smell like the poopocalypse. So, I mean, I'd rather have my own bath than take a dip in the privy.
Back in my hometown, 10 of us could have taken a bath in there.
Well, why do you think you're not in your hometown anymore?
Oh, that's true.
Yeah. So as you are,
much like the canals back home. It's no dirtier than that. We used to swim in it all the time.
I can bathe in the moat. That's fine. Water's clean. People don't do it because it's fucking weird. All right. You bring water up to your house and you bathe in your house. I'm not gonna share my bath with my whole fucking family. It's a lot less people now. Maybe I will.
I mean, I'm not going to lie. I would feel very strange if I, for example, would go into the same bath with my father. Like, really strange.
Just making a little bit of dad stew.
I don't know what that is, and I'm afraid. I'm afraid to ask.
Michael making a little bit of boy broth with his dad.
Oh no! Fuck! Oh Jesus! Now I know. Oh.
It's like Japan, man. Everybody takes a bath together.
Yeah.
Where's Gaston though? What happened? What happened there?
What? I didn't hear that. What was that?
You're saying what happened to Gaston? Who's that?
Oh, I have no idea. That's why I'm like, come on, you holy gambler, and threw money in your bath. Also, like, you want that? That's yours if you want it. I don't want it.
I'll take it.
Reach into his bath to grab the coin.
Yep.
Oh, you know what? Roll dexterity.
As the two boys fight over a silver coin in the bath.
Yeah.
Dexterity.
I mean, sorry, not you, Lambert roll. Oh, actually, yeah, it's counter dexterity because you guys want to each want to grab the coin.
I didn't want to grab the coin.
I know, but I think that Lambert and Gustav wanted to grab the coin, right?
No, I tossed the coin.
Oh, okay, so
If
okay,
I take it back, that's like the shittiest thing I could do, I think.
probably. Okay, so in that case, sorry, Gustav. Like, it took you a while, like a few seconds, but you eventually fished out the coin without like.
Thought you grabbed the coin a couple of times, but instead he just yelped.
Yeah, that's true. You have the coin without any problems. Sure thing. Now we return to Gaston. Gaston, you are still surrounded by the three mooks. You'll probably want to be somewhere else, maybe somewhere warm, more warm with some good wine available, a warm bed, stuff like that, and yeah, that's the thing that you would want. Unfortunately, for now you are fighting for your life. The men surrounding you once again try to take you down, and except for the one, just yelling uncontrollably and trying to smash you, the rest are very careful because they see that you are not easy opponent. So first I'll roll for the smashy guy, and smashy guy connects with your, or at least tries to connect with your arm. Are you parrying or dodging?
Yeah, I'll parry.
Alright. You try to... Ooh, by 1. You want to reroll that?
I feel like every time I try to reroll something, it just doesn't work anyways.
Okay. So you've almost, created this crossguard with your sword and dagger. Unfortunately, the man in question was so full of this primal, almost like berserk fury that gave him speed, and the blow connected with your arm. Now I'm rolling for the damage, and this I think this will slightly hurt, not necessarily too much, but still, for 12 damage total. Actually, sorry, not for 12, for 11 damage total.
You subtract your armor and your toughness.
Yes, and your toughness. Yeah. So I think only like 2 points passed, I believe. Because you have 5 points armor on your entire body, and you have toughness of 5, so actually only a single point passed.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Is that a wound?
yes, you now on your character sheet, and you will need to take very, very good care of your remaining wounds. You note, I'm trying to see where they are. Yeah, so here, for example, you have 14 wounds total, so you don't change your total number. On the right side of your wounds, you have this small bracket. I suggest that you enter the remaining wounds, so not the wound that you've taken, for example 1, but you just note that you have 13 wounds left. I've just entered it for you. This way you'll be able to to better take care of this. Also, remember that you have full plate on your entire body, right?
Right.
So in that case, you have 5 on your every single location.
Okay.
This is also important. Okay, so yeah, you've barely felt that. That said, he did manage to land a blow on you. Now the other 3, they also like cry and shout, take him down, aim for the legs, stuff like that. Nothing too complex, because saying anything longer during combat is actually a full action. So you have a feeling that they don't maybe necessarily want to kill you, they just want to maim you and probably strip you bare. Now, fortunate for you, they are obviously rather horrible fighters, or maybe it's just because you are a very good one. Another blow, you've parried, and let's see. But the other guy, he also goes for your arms. Do you want to dodge this?
Yeah.
Okay, dodge. Excellent. You've moved away from the blow without any problems. And finally, the boss himself strikes you, or at least attempts to strike you very hard into the chest. Now, how does luck work? You can spend luck point for additional parry if you want. Unfortunately, if you do this, however, if you do this, you can't reroll that, because you can only spend a single luck in this matter. So, do you want to spend luck for additional parry, or do you just take the blow?
gonna take it. I only have 2 luck anyway, so I need to save it for when it's necessary, really.
All right. So the leader's club connects with your breastplate, and does absolutely nothing. Bounces harmlessly, and you can see, or rather, you can feel that the men, attacking you, they don't. With every single blow, not doing anything really, they feel less and less confident. You have this feeling. You're not easy prey. You're a single man, and there are 4 of them. But even so, you are doing a very good job of staying alive. Now it's your turn. What do you want to do?
Going to attack.
The leader, I presume.
Right. He doesn't have they all have the same.
Yeah, I mean, of course, their clubs and their daggers differ a bit. They have pieces of leather armor on them.
I guess my thing is one isn't easier to attack than the other necessarily.
You don't think so? Although normally I would say, sometimes I would say that perhaps if you would want to notice who's easier to drop, you'd probably make a free perception test. But in this case, you think that they are all equally skilled. So
I'll just attack whoever's closest then.
All right. That's a botch. You want to reroll that, by the way. Botches are botches. If you can, always reroll them because botches are very dangerous potentially. Nice. Now you've almost lost your sword because of the rain. It almost slipped from your grasp. You've managed to grab it just in time by the end of the hilt. Unfortunately, of course, this meant that your blow was very well. I mean, it didn't even came close to connecting. That said, you grab you once again grab your weapon firmly in your hand and make a second attack of minus 10%, or rather minus 5, because remember your sword gives you plus 5% to hit. Okay, I guess it's the second botch.
Ridiculous.
You want to reroll that as well, I presume?
Yeah.
Alright. And unfortunately not. The rain is also not doing you any favors, but you have this single advantage of being heavily armored and being a much more skilled combatant than they are. So again, actually what I need to do now, because you've noticed that, I mean, you are fighting on an empty street, of course, but you are still fighting. There's the clang of weapons, the men are cursing, of course, grunting, stuff like that. Potentially this can be heard. So I'm going to roll a percentage dice and see if there's a chance for a guard patrol to actually hear this commotion and perhaps intervene. So I'm going to roll. Unfortunately, not given the time of night and the weather. This roll will be I will need to roll 35% or lower on the D100. So I rolled 77. This is not a botch, of course, because this is not a test. But no one as of yet comes to your rescue. That said, as I mentioned before, the men are slowly, you have a feeling that they are slowly maybe not backing away per se, but they are perhaps preparing to disengage, seeing as they are not doing a very good job with you. So let's make at least another round of combat, and then we'll see what's next after that. So the crazy man, like the one that you've hurt really badly, he's making an all-out attack. Now, important for you, Andy, because this can impact your decisions. When you make an all-out attack, you gain a plus 20% to your weapon skill, which is a huge bonus. But you can't in any way dodge or parry, even with a free parrying from your offhand weapon or shield. So what I mean is that this man, if you manage to hit him, he won't be able to defend himself next turn, or rather this turn. So you might want to use this. That's why I'm actually, I know that you are still relatively new to this, especially to combat. So that's why I'm, giving you this tutorial,
right.
options. So because auto attack means that he literally raises the club above his head, he howls, and he's like, I'm going to fucking kill you, and he just tries to bash your skull in. But while doing so, he's opening himself completely to your strikes. This strike hit. Do you want to dodge or parry?
I'll parry.
Okay. Without any problems, you've just brushed aside the strike. It would probably hurt quite a bit because it was flying towards your ribcage, but without any problems, you've managed to turn it aside. That said, the other men, you hear them saying, find his weakness, stuff like that, and just trying to find your weakness, I guess. And one of them does indeed find your weak point on the side of your torso. Do you want to dodge?
Yeah.
Okay. Nice, but you've just jumped away without any problems. Like you dodge on 33. And you've dodged almost every single blow. That's very good. That's impressive rolling. The other two, Now this is 12. Normally, of course, if you wouldn't turn the rolls, this would be bad because this would be towards your head, and head wounds are nasty. But 12 is 21, so this is towards your arm. I presume you don't even have any more luck points, so you can't really do anything.
Right.
So I am going to roll damage right now. Actually nothing, because it's someone left.
Maybe somebody just accidentally got off.
Michael left.
He dropped out once before.
Now he's back. Hey Michael.
Hey, what's up?
You've left for a second. But now you're back, so that's all good. So it's a 7 total, which means that nothing goes past because you have 10 points of armor. And finally, the last one. The last one also goes towards your arm, the boss, and we shall see how fair he does. And this will probably hurt a bit because it's 12 points total, which means that 2 go through. So while the previous attacker's strike bounced harmlessly from your armor, the leader's attack, you've actually felt it slightly as it crunched into your arm. Maybe you even hissed in pain, but you can see that that right now those bandits probably regret attacking you. Now, depending on how you will fare this turn, they will probably consider running away. So I presume that you try to strike down one of them.
Sure, go for it.
The one who can't dodge or parry?
Yeah.
Alright. Remember, for the next time, you've almost killed that man. It's always good to capitalize on the ones that you've already wounded.
Okay.
It's always one less attack. You managed to hit raw damage because he can't do anything. No, I mean damage. That's not. You just roll d10 and add your. Yeah. All right, that's enough. You don't even have to. Actually, okay. Normally you would probably say that both attacks go towards him, but let's say that for cinematic sake, let's say that second attack goes towards someone else. Quickly roll second attack, and I'll describe the whole deal. Nice, and this second opponent will of course try and parry perhaps, and he manages to avoid being skewered, but your first strike, it was 37, so 73, so like middle of the torso. You simply punched your sword through the man's breastbone, and the tip exploded from between his shoulder blades. The man vomited blood. He just shuddered and fell down, almost ripping the sword from your hand. You very quickly pull the blade out of him and try to strike the other man towards his arm. He parried just in time, and now what they are doing is that the boss is yelling, "Bail, boys!" and they disengage. Disengaging in the game, you have two options of when it comes to stop fighting, you can just move away, but then your enemy gets a free attack, a single free attack. Even if you have like 4 or 5 attacks, you only get a single one. And you can of course parry and dodge. But if you make a disengage action, it is a double action. You can do anything else, but you're making sure that the opponent can't hit you. So what they are doing is that they are, literally flailing their clubs in front of your face while just jumping away and moving away from you. They're not yet out of combat. They if you will want to to keep attacking them, you need to approach them and attack them. But you have a feeling that they don't want to fight. You see that they are just trying to run away into nearby alleys. So now it's your turn because they disengaged. What are you doing? You can approach an attack, or you can do something else. You're not like locked in combat right now, even though we are still in the initiative phase.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna let them run away.
Okay.
What's the point in chasing them?
All right. So in that case, we exit the initiative phase. The men who were trying to rob you, they left their one of their own behind, dead, and 3 of them, they just ran into the darkness, into the rain-soaked darkness. This Altdorf side alleys. They just run away. You've heard that they've cried something, perhaps maybe some kind of curse towards you, but because of the rain, because of the thunder, you don't really hear that. You are victorious. You are alive. Yeah, you've only took, I think, a total of 3 wounds. So you're on 11 right now. It's practically nothing. Are you doing anything with the body, or do you just move away? Remember, like, technically you kill them, and of course you are a Bretonnian knight, but you're not sure how exactly does the law does work in the Empire. If you'll be questioned, if you'll be thrown into the cell before being bailed out by your own from the embassy, or from from one of the noble houses, from one of the nobles living here. So I presume that you're just moving away.
Right.
You're moving away, and
yes,
to speed things up a bit, like this was enough for you. You're the last to arrive at the wand, and you're the last to arrive at probably like half an hour later than Lambert. So when Lambert is taking his bath, long and nice. Meanwhile, Johannes and Gustav, I presume that both of you emerged from the very dirty water, and perhaps went under the covers, because your clothes are, as I mentioned before, they are just they're not in a very good shape. Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely would have, had my bath, had my food, and then
I mean, you finished your food before Lambert arrived. You were given your food earlier by the servants, and the drink as well. So like, all is good here. You had your fill. Lambert, when you are in the bath, you have your beer with you, and the tired serving girl also brought you something to eat with it. With the bath. So at least that's that. What you've been given was really what was left from this day. So perhaps hen legs basted with vinegar, or maybe liver and cheese pie. Who knows? It's really up to you. But as with all the food in the wand, it's actually pretty good. You have a feeling that Finron takes a rather big big care when it comes to serving food and drink. Maybe it's just an elf thing, you don't know. So Johannes, Gustav, and Lambert, do you want to talk about something, or are you just letting Lambert? I mean, Gustav and Johannes, are you just letting Lambert, take the bath in silence, and then maybe talk to him when he gets out?
Yeah, I don't like to disturb another man's bath.
Yeah. Because remind me, Gustav, you tried, I believe, last session you tried to bandage the wounds, right? With your heal skill, right?
Yeah, I think I just field dressed it.
Okay.
Would have had to come back and properly clean it and everything.
Sure. So that means that for this day, because you can only try and heal normally once a day, you try to dress both your wounds. We know that it didn't really work, so you really had to use the healing draught. Okay. So when Lambert, when you are getting out of your bath, slightly relaxed. That said, remember, it's all of you are very tired. It's very late. Gustav and Johannes, you've been wounded. All of you practically ran through the entire city in a very nasty weather. So you're just, your eyes are closing. The door opens to your room. Gaston, I presume that, or maybe, I don't know, maybe Gaston, maybe you're going to your own room first, because you have your own room. It's up to you.
No, I think I'd go to the other room to see if everyone got back.
Gaston's bloody armor and bloody sword.
Wait a second, sorry. I just need to quickly respond to something. Sorry, guys. I mean, bloody sword. I didn't think so. I presume, Gaston, that before you sheathed your sword, you probably removed all of the blood. Like, it wasn't really hard. Like, when you return to the wand, there's still this curtain of rain outside.
Right.
So there wasn't really any problem with you cleaning your blade. So Lambert, Johannes, and Gustav, you see that when the door opens, I don't know if Gaston would knock. I think, given he's a Bretonnian knight, he would just open the door. The door opens, and there's this huge armored, wet silhouette of Gaston Leroux. Gaston, you see that there are practically 3 naked men inside and a single woman, not naked. So priorities, right? No, but the guys just they emerged from the baths, so you can see Lambert. He just finished bathing. You can see Johannes and Gustav. They are. Do you guys have spare clothes? Because that's important.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I've got 5 sets of clothes.
Okay, so they have clean clothes, but Gaston, you can see that Gustav and Johannes, they are bandaged. Bandaged. Gustav, you did apply field dressing, so you can see bandages from emerging from under their shirts. Yeah. So please go ahead.
Well, it looks like all of you made it back safely and are having a better time than me.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know better. I sort of tilt the side of my face that's all clawed up towards him. But thanks, Sigmar. We made it out of those sewers alive. What happened to you?
Well, after Lambert ran away from me, I made it out, got lost in the streets, fought some hoodlums, killed one of them, made it back here.
Oh, okay. So just like a regular night out.
Night at the grill.
Exactly.
Is that your dark desire? To murder?
To murder.
Murder everyone in Altdorf.
Murder beggars.
Just murder the kids in the street.
Exactly.
Murder kids. Killing kids on a rainy night.
Well, also, it feels like our days are numbered here. Don't know.
Yeah, we kind of got fucked in there, man.
What happened?
Well,
I mean, you had a good dinner, right?
yeah, but this whole thing is kind of your fault.
How the fuck is the dude was spying on us?
Well, you decided to bring me into a room by ourselves, what did you think was going to happen?
We would get away from it for a bit to talk. I can't talk to you openly in front of the fucking cultists.
Well, I guess that's all in the past now.
If you want to go back and join that stupid cult, go for it.
Definitely didn't want to join the cult, but like I said, I don't know how we're supposed to stay.
Well, that was kind of the next step that they were hinting at was, hey, we're going to take. Well, this
maybe I just pretend to be in the cult, and then we win the war on drugs in Altdorf.
You don't just pretend to be in a cult. You give up your previous faith.
How do you know?
Because 27 members of my family are dead because of this fucking cult. They don't seem like the kind of people that go halfway.
You know, you're not going to want to hear this, but we don't have any chance of getting back at them now. At least easily.
Not with your bitchy little attitude. Jesus.
Your bitchy little attitude? You're the one that ran away like a little bitch. And didn't let me check to see if I was okay.
It's the one that gets away that survives, bud.
Not one of you.
Wait, how did we get pulled into this? We weren't even there.
I sprung the... Yeah, that's a good point. I sprung the basement gate for you guys.
Yeah, I'm not even sure.
Sorry, we were too busy being almost eaten by cannibals to make it, and we got completely lost. Believe me, I actually need to go to the temple and give thanks to Sigmar, because I have no idea how I found a way out of it. It was divine providence.
So all in all, the whole night was just a shit show.
Marla is just listening, she's not saying anything.
That sounds accurate.
I mean, it's too wet for it tonight, but I'm all in favor for scorched earth. I'm all in favor of just burning the fucking place down.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think we tell our friends that they're, I mean, you guys have proof, right? I mean, it's probably too late now, but you have proof that
it's not like the Templars have ever needed proof before when they've started persecuting people.
Well, anyway, I think so. Aside from the fact that they're some kind of weird sex addicts, what else did you find out?
Not much.
Okay.
They were drugging a lot. They were drugging people. Yeah. There's a lot of dudes. Yeah, I mean, I RKO'd a guy. He might be dead. He's probably dead.
You didn't kill anybody. I killed 2 people.
No, correction. I RKO'd a guy. I didn't say if I killed him or not. He's probably dead.
I'm gonna pull the blanket over my face.
Gaston Lambert, you don't really remember what you've heard during the dinner?
They were talking about control of the city.
That too, but something else.
I think Gaston and Lambert probably remember. I think it's Michael and Andy.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm wondering.
I'm trying. Shut up, guys. They were talking about working with somebody out of the city to bring someone in, and that they had done this in other cities, and that this is probably the biggest one they've tried.
You remembered, both of you, Gaston and Lambert, because I'm pretty sure that both of you heard that there was some talk about the fleet leaving the city.
The fleet coming to you.
Yeah. Actually, about the Imperial fleet leaving the city.
And that the city would be wide open for... Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, we saw that the river was absent of the galleons that are usually out there.
It's an open channel. They can bring anyone in.
Then again... Yeah.
Who?
Then again, without rolls, without even rolling, all of you know that Altdorf is actually at the heart of the Empire, and bringing any substantial fleet down the river from any direction towards Altdorf would probably mean that along the way it would be spotted, 1,000 times.
Out of character, do we know if there's one Imperial fleet? Is there multiple fleets? Fleets for other provinces?
Gustav, roll me. All of you can roll Common Knowledge Empire. Gustav, you can roll Common Knowledge Marienburg.
I'm just wondering if it's like a potential civil war thing they're worried about, or like...
Mm-hmm. Nice. Johannes passed. Lambert passed. Very nice. Gaston, you haven't passed Gustav, unless you want to reroll that, of course.
No, I'm good.
Okay. Gaston, that's Common Knowledge Empire.
I didn't see.
Yeah, it's hard to read in the
Okay.
form.
Yeah.
Draconian one, so I just figured that one was it. So yeah.
Sure. Sadly, that's what I want to correct myself. I don't think Gaston would be able to roll because I don't think you have Common Knowledge Empire. Okay, so Gustav, you want to reroll that, or are you?
No.
Okay, so Lambert and Johannes, you recall that the Emperor has two fleets. One of them is actually located, you believe, in Marienburg, near the Sea of Claws, and the other one is actually further inland, closer to Altdorf, closer to inner cities, inner towns. But right now it seems that this fleet, or the elements of it that were stationed here, have left Altdorf, have been recalled. But by whom and on whose authority you don't know. Perhaps one of those old thugs at the party was maybe an admiral of some sort. Maybe he was, he had this high position in the government, in the navy, to actually order something like that. But for what purpose? That's the thing.
My working theory. I'm voicing this as I get out of the bath. My working theory is that they were really happy about the fleet leaving so they could bring somebody else in. My working theory is they had already said that they had success in other cities. Had they gotten control enough that they could move things aside in Marienburg and I don't know what else is nearby, Ilhart, I guess, so that they can move this fleet or these ships down the river with very little oversight to get them into the Reichland and into Altdorf. But to what end? To what end?
I don't know, but I think we need to get that information to the interrogator.
They brought in Crimson Shade to destabilize the populace. It's more of a problem for the middle and upper crust than it is recognized in the lower society. That disorganizes things. It's all a case of making sure the nut you're trying to crack is as weak as possible. I say we go to the Templars with this, because that's the best I can surmise out of this.
I agree.
I'm sorry I ran Gaston, but I'm not going to sit in a situation where everybody in that fucking building hates me for not being a human and would prefer to just see me dead.
You still could have been helpful. I'm going to bed. And I'll walk out the room.
Yeah.
Was I not helpful?
When he walks out, Marla says, "Well, in all honesty, Lambert, I think he's the nicest Bretonnian I have ever met. Not that I met too many of them. When you called him a little bitch, I was sure that he will pull out this sword and he will kill you."
From what I've seen, there's not much honor there.
Probably. I don't know. I'm glad that you are all alive. That's what's important. She says. But we need. I mean, Lambert, when you went there and you started all of this, do you think there's any chance at all, for them to follow you here?
I took my time coming back here. I got lost leaving there.
But do you think that they know where you stay, you and Gaston?
They know Gaston's real name. They know Gaston by what he looks like. And Gaston stays here. It's not hard to find a fucking peacock in a field full of chickens.
I think we can get a few hours sleep, but we have to be taking watch.
She just nods. She's not saying anything. She also looks very tired.
I'll take first watch.
Wake me up for a second.
Before you go.
Guess what?
Yeah. Alright. So in that case, you go to sleep. And you take watches, of course. Gustav, you almost slept on yours. Lambert, same with you. Johannes, you take the third?
Yeah.
I mean, the third is, the last anyway, given how late you all went to sleep. So fortunately, it doesn't really last that long, but even so, Gaston, I presume that you just go to sleep without any preamble.
Sleep like a baby after killing 3 people.
Yeah. Easy.
I thought it was 2 people. It's just gonna go up every day.
3. No, it's 3. I killed the guy in the room that you blew smoke into.
Oh my God.
I killed that guy.
Quit indulging in your dark desires.
And then I killed the guy in the street.
Now that's how you roleplay your Doom. That's very nice, actually, Andrew. you go to sleep with this wide grin on your face. So yeah, so you sleep like a baby. Eventually, when the dawn comes, Johannes, you see as your friends are waking up one by one. That said, all of you feel like you really haven't taken that much rest this night. Because before you all went to sleep, I mean, except for the first one taking watch, it was like maybe 2 a.m. Just FYI, of course. So you feel that your eyes ache a bit. You have this feeling of sand under your eyelids. Perhaps you have slight headaches, stuff like that. The thunderstorm stopped eventually right before the dawn. But given that this is summer and it got very hot very quickly once again, all of the water, of the moisture in the city, it just now it's this humidity, this oppressive humidity that gets everywhere. It's just too hot. It's unpleasantly too hot, honestly. So you all wake up. Although I would think that Gaston would probably sleep slightly longer, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, Andrew, of course.
No, yeah, I'm up doing my push-ups.
All right, so yeah, so you get up early as well. Do some exercise, of course, because exercise is important.
To Gaston's room. When I first wake up, I'm gonna knock on the door.
All right. So when you're making push-ups, Gaston, you hear someone knocking on the door.
I get up to go answer.
Okay. Gaston opens the door, shirtless, because you always do push-ups when you're shirtless, of course. It's like 80s first rule.
Right.
There's this strange music, in the background, something about ice and tigers and stuff like that. So yeah, Gaston, you look at Gustav. Gustav, you look at Gaston. Are you saying anything, or just there's this?
I just want to talk to you about something I think you might struggle with, but I think is necessary.
All right.
You're a marked man now. I think the armor, I know you need it. It's your family, it's where you're from and everything, but it makes you stand out. I think while this is going on, or at least while you have people hunting you, you should throw a cloak on at least.
Over my armor.
If that's a compromise, then sure. Yeah, you just look like a giant dude.
Sure. Seems I have no choice.
Remember one thing, Gaston. Your armor has your heraldry on it. A Bretonnian is proud of his heraldry. Just so you know.
Right. But also...
Now, also out of game, Andrew, because I know maybe you haven't read this, but out of game, something that Gustav just offered, presented you with, told you about. For your common Bretonnian knight, this is an anathema. Maybe for a Myrmidian, because they are the epitome of reasonable knights, right? Camouflage, stuff like that, ambushes, scouts, etc., etc. But most knights in the old world, they are proud of who they are. They are proud of their ancestry, and they do not cower or hide from their enemies. Of course, I'm not telling you this to tell you how you have to play, but also I am telling you this for you to realize what kind of character you picked and all the cons and pros of it, right?
Would he know about... my character obviously doesn't know, but does he know about the Faceless, his character?
Roll common knowledge, Bretonia. He can know about the Faceless, but the fact is that the Faceless are hated by the knights. The Faceless are, right, they are banned.
They're also knights in secret. They're knights, but they hide their identity.
Your ordinary Bretonnian knight wouldn't know that, and even if he would, then he would hate them even more. Then this means that the knight, threw away his heritage to become a bandit. He's there are no words to describe the amount of scorn and contempt a real knight would feel for someone like that. So fortunately, Gaston doesn't know this, and just out of game, if anyone would suggest to a knight of Bretonnia that maybe you would become one of the faces of your realm, that would probably mean at the very least not death, but very heavy beating.
I don't think Gustav would know anything about it.
No. You need to have a knowledge Bretonnia, and then you need, if you're not from Bretonnia, you need to roll with, I think, -30 at least. Total -30 is the biggest modifier. So -20 at least. The problem about, the problem with knights like Bretonnia, stuff like that, is that they need to be played in a very, in a very specific way. You can't really be sneaky, you can't really be street smart. You are in your face, honor is all, chivalry is all character.
Right.
You can't obscure your heraldry, you can't hide from your enemies, you can't be a thief in heavy armor. Right now, if Gaston would have a feeling that they would come for him, he would say, then I will make my stand here and I will kill them all in the name of the Lady of the Lake. Of course, it doesn't mean that he wouldn't ask for help, for example, from imperial authorities. He would say, hey, I am a knight of Bretonnia, there are people hunting me, they will come to this place, they will probably want to kill me. Can you send, for example, Reiksguard, or can you even send a regiment of your troops that I can command? Again, a knight doesn't mean as someone suicidal. but a knight means that you have to play in a very specific way.
Okay.
Like I said, I mean, I almost wanted to tell you that, you know, the moment that Lambert told you, I don't even recall it, like he called you name, like he should die for that. Like there's no but. You should take out your sword and you should remove the head from his shoulders.
Yeah.
That's
why I said careful when he was saying all that.
Yeah, he's a commoner and non-human, which unfortunately this is Warhammer. The prejudice is very strong here towards non-humans, who just insulted one of Ladies Chosen. Like, you don't walk away from that. Of course, you know, this is the case of we are all having fun, and players' fun is more important than your character, and I understand that. But also remember that there are certain rules, right?
In my mind, Gaston is not insulted by what he says because he's nobody to me. So that's why I was just like, whatever, I don't care.
Sure, this can.
My poor tiny heart.
I've decided to help these people. So why am I going to kill them?
Well, maybe because you can decide that at some point that they're not worthy of that. Maybe you can decide that they are a bunch of scum and you are a noble. Maybe because, sure, he is beneath you, but then again,
I'm telling you my reasoning with it.
No, sure, I understand, and this is a good reasoning. Just remember that, you know, the argument that he's beneath me, so then he can call me names only works so far, right? At some point, you might snap.
Well, I mean, I didn't necessarily let it slide. I mean, I told him he was, you know, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, sure.
So,
like I said, it's all good, and you did very, very well here.
I will, I guess.
Yeah. You did very well. However, like what Gustav now proposes to you, I would just like to, again, this is not me telling you how you need to play, but you, as someone raised in Bretonia, you would know that this is absolutely contradictory to everything you've been told.
Okay. Alright, well, we'll go back, and obviously I'll tell him that I'm not going to be wearing a cloak. Thank you for the suggestion, though. And, do you have a healing draw?
I mean, by the way, sorry, Gaston, add one. Add a single. Everyone who is hurt, add a single HP to your characters because you got a full night's sleep in clean beds. If you are lightly wounded, remember a full night's sleep in a good bed and after a good meal. I presume, of course, Gaston, that you also took. You also eaten something before you went to bed. It brings you back a single hit point. If you are heavily wounded, you need a full 7 days, or full 8 days, I think, because in Warhammer it's, I think, 8 days instead of 7, before you regain even a single hit point. But each of you returns, gets back a single HP, except for Lambert, because I don't think that Lambert was hurt in any way. Yeah. And I would just like for you all to do one more thing. Gustav and Johannes and Lambert, roll me. Actually, no. Every single one of you rolls a basic toughness test. If you have the trait against illnesses, you can add. Oh, that's.
Hold up. Let me see here. No, that's resistance to chaos.
Resistance to disease gives you +10, so you would still fail, Lambert. Gaston passed.
I have a luck, and I would like to use it.
Okay.
But
no, Johannes, you reroll.
I am going to reroll. I was just looking to see what my talents were, but I need to.
Yeah.
Double check what I got.
Sorry,
okay.
guys. I have contracted stage 4 cancer.
Yo,
Okay, well,
that's.
We both had communicable stage 4 cancer.
We both have syphilis.
Yes. Wait, what? How? Why only two? Why only two of you? I don't want to know. But
since we shared the bathwater, that's.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. Of course. Tell me, Gustav, you've passed? You've rolled 19, yes?
Yeah, I rolled a 19.
Okay.
I have
to disease.
Okay, yeah, so that's resistance to disease gives you plus 10% to well, resisting any kind of disease. This is very helpful. So what happened? Lambert and Johannes, after this night you don't feel too well. Both of you, and of course given the situation, both of you got actually, sorry.
Rolling on the table.
There is, yeah. Actually, I will need to roll on the table. I just need to remove 2 of the illnesses: Nightlish Rot and Green Pox. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So in that case, Lambert, roll d6.
All right. Let's see. Oh boy.
The 6 you rolled, and you get oh jeez, what's that in English? Oh fuck, wait.
Hemorrhagic diarrhea.
You've got scabies.
I got scabies?
Scabies, yes.
Ew.
You have no idea where you got that, perhaps from the card that you were under. Now, how this works, of course your character doesn't really know all details, I'm telling you this as a player. It lasts 5 days, and you scratch all the time. You get -10 to your agility and fellowship, and if the combat will occur, always at the end of every turn you must make a willpower test. If you fail, your first action of the 2 is spent on scratching, and this is made every turn, not once per combat. It lasts 5 days, so again, remember -10 to agility and fellowship, and other funny stuff. So now, Sean, I would like for you to roll d6, and I think this is where we'll start. Where we'll end for today. After that. So let's end on some cool illness rolls. Now, what you got, 1, 2, 3, 4, is So Lambert, you, Johannes, and Mara, you sit in your room. You know, you just got up. You are preparing to maybe go downstairs. It's something when you suddenly hear this horrible, flatulent sound coming from Johannes. It's almost comical. It's almost like, something like that, and the stench.
No, it's like when your 2-year-old is walking up the stairs and just fart.
Yeah.
Fart.
And the smell is horrifying. It's worse than the sewers, Johannes. But the really problematic thing is that you ache. Your stomach aches so badly that it's almost, it's really hard to concentrate. What this means is that you get -20% to all main stats. And it lasts 5 days.
Oh my god.
Remember, there are healers in the town, in the city. You can always visit them.
In this inn, there's several of us.
I mean, yes, but you still need to have opportunities and components to heal. An illness. The fact that you have heal skill doesn't matter if you don't really have the means to heal. You know what I mean?
The ingredients.
Yeah, ingredients. Yes, you need to analyze the illness. Of course, you can use that with your heal skill, but then you need to prepare the medicine. You need to have.
We both have a trade apothecary, but we don't have the stuff still.
Yeah, you would need components. You would need workplace, things like that. So unless you have them, really your best bet is to visit a healer. So Sean, in your case, 5 days, -20% to all main stats. So weapon skill, ballistic skill, strength, toughness, agility, fellowship, intelligence, willpower. This is extremely shitty illness. This one.
No pun intended.
No, actually,
Yeah,
there
I
is.
was gonna say,
I mean, there is a bloody diarrhea, but wait a second. The bloody diarrhea gives you only -10 to all main stats, and when you're farting, you have -20. What the shit? And
well, it's probably the intestinal cramping.
yeah, it's described like that because the intestines are like, as you said, cramping, or rather, they are described here. This in the Polish version that oh no, it's just described as cramping. Yeah, that's right, Sean. Yeah, and plus
When I've had food poisoning, it's a lot more painful when it goes all the way through rather than when it just comes up. You know.
yeah.
I've had sick
It's
Sarah.
like brutal.
It sucks.
Yeah.
And it lasts 5 days, and bloody diarrhea lasts only 3. So, on that,
You bleed out.
yeah, on that cheerful note, we will end here today. Wow, that's
Hey, great session, guys. Everything worked out.
yeah, that's mission accomplished. I love it. I want more, as they say. So anyway. Oh, by the way, I've also learned that what's the scabies word, because I've heard it a few times, and now I know that it's the same thing as our. Yeah, it's from the mites. It's our, in Poland we call it świeżb, and it's just from the mites. So anyway, for today's game, it was long, it was very nice. I would say everyone 80 points base, of course, and then we'll get more. Your characters. 10 points. That said, Gaston, or rather Andy. Again, I would like from the next session for you to perhaps, take a bit more caution when it comes to people addressing you, treating you as one of the Knights of Bretonia. Again, doesn't mean that you have to beat everyone up who just looks cross at you, right? But remember, honor is all, chivalry is all, stuff like all that jazz. You are, after all, a chosen one, which.
Let's just say it's good that I'm not playing a Bretonian Knight, because I'd be like, what'd you just say?
Yeah. I mean, you would be a one-punch man again. But a one-punch man with French accent and full plate. So everyone gets 10 points for your characters. For your places of birth: Gustav, Marienburg, or Wasteland.
I said something about swimming in the canals as kids, and that water's dirtier than the bath water we're using now.
Yeah, I think you also mentioned something else. So I will give you 10 anyway. Johannes, what about you? Rakeland stuff, we're better than everyone else.
I felt like I talked more about Sterland today.
That's true.
I feel like I didn't do anything particularly right for Landy today. Because
okay.
I guess I could have turned it, but I turned it more.
You know what? I will give you 5 points for that Stirland mention, because that was pretty nice. Like, sure, you are from Rakeland, but at the same time you've mentioned a rather obscure piece of knowledge from other parts of the Empire that only a Rakelander would know. That's rather cool. I wasn't expecting that, so I will give you 5 points for that. That was nice. I like that a lot. Lambert, what about the mood? Oh yeah, you've mentioned like something when I've asked about the beer chugging. I meant the States, but you thought that I was talking about the mood.
Yeah, with dwarf trading parties, the moot will often have drinking competitions.
Yeah, that's true. So I will give you 10 points for that. That was cool. Gaston, Bretonia, what about you?
I didn't really have much. All I did was really fight the whole time, pretty much.
Yeah, that's true. But fight well, you really did. So now, star signs. Gustav, what about you?
The dancer. When we got back after the harrowing experience, I gave Marla a hug, even though we're not
an item anymore. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Well. All right. That's what's it called when you give a girl hope and then you take it away? Like, that's not gaslighting, right?
Being an asshole.
Oh, okay, yeah, thank you. Being an absolute,
like bringing her along, I guess.
yeah, being an absolute cunt. Well, but that was nice. I mean, I didn't knew that you did for the star sign, but it was cool. I will give you 10 points for that, of course. Johannes, what about your star sign?
The Piper, diplomatic, cunning, shady. This session I don't think I did it.
10 points. You were cunning. Sure. The whole thing with the gate, with pretending to be drunk, with with being rather the way you talked, stuff like that. I personally feel, Sean, that you RP'd this very well. Even if you didn't saw that, I think that I'm not sure about diplomatic because but again, you don't have to tick all of the boxes. I will give you 10 points. Lambert, what about your star sign?
Wyman the Anchorite. I took my time getting back from the streets, as lost as I was.
And what does Wyman do exactly?
Caution.
Caution. Okay, sure.
Forbearance.
Sure. Caution. That's cool. Again, wait. Caution and common sense, or just caution?
Caution and forbearance.
Okay. Tolerant.
Planning out your actions.
Yeah, tolerant, patient, methodical. Okay, I'll give you 10 points, sure. Gaston, what about you?
Missed the drummer, so it's excessive, hedonistic, and celebratory, I think.
I
mean, I don't know. Excessive. Killed people. Again, I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, you did boast about, killing those 3 guys. But I'm not sure if that's not more for your doom, or is this for stuff. Okay, so tell you what. Almost the same. Tell you what, I'll give you 5 points for that. Sure. Now dooming. Gustav, what about you?
Thou shalt suppeth from the cup of corruption. We're on our way to the Golden Triangle. We're talking about what we're gonna do next. I got the the brass knuckles out.
Okay, but wait, how does this work exactly? Or maybe I'm just dense, sorry.
Like, I was all in to do something
totally
out of character.
Okay, something potentially corrupting for your character. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, that's actually a pretty good expansion, but I think I will give you just 5 points for that.
Okay.
Yeah. Johannes, what about your dooming?
Nope.
You have this stupid peacock thing, right?
Yes, when I'm going to get healed of my diarrhea.
That's not diarrhea. You have flatulence.
Okay, slash.
Remember your amber wizard and the brown wind? That's the same thing, essentially. Yeah. Okay, so
basically he got bad gas.
Yeah.
Food poisoning.
He has a sickness called, I don't know how it's called in English. I have Polish rulebook, but it's called like stink winds. He has horrible gas, but like it's but it's so bad, and I really want to emphasize it. It's so bad that it's hard to stay with him in a single room. Like you can, sure, and there are no modifiers like in game, but the stench is so horrifying and horrible that you want to gag. So, but mostly it sucks for Johannes because the constant pain in his intestines means that, well, he has minus 20% to all his main stats, which is a lot. And it's important thing is that this is a minus modifier to his stats, not to his tests, because you can only have minus or plus 30% max to your tests, but this can actually combine with minuses to your stats, so you do the math. As I said, Warhammer can be very nasty, especially when illnesses and and stuff like that, enter play. So anyway, now we have Lambert and your doom.
My tongue shall be thy own doing, and
10 points, sure.
Bretonian knight.
Yeah.
Coding a Bretonian knight.
10 points, yeah, but I was thinking that this is it. Gaston?
It's indulgence in thy dark desires will end me.
Okay, so again, I can give you like 5 for this, 5 for that, so give yourself additional 5. Perhaps maybe you know next time you would like to maybe voice it more, to the point that it becomes slightly uncomfortable to hear you speak. Like, yeah, I really fucked those two guys up. You saw the look on his face when he was dying. Man, I just got this huge, and we're not going there, but you know what I mean.
His penis got hard. That's what you're saying.
What is that from where the guy was like, yeah, he was all over there dying, acting like a little bitch?
Yeah.
I can't remember what that was from. It's like probably some Chappelle show thing or something. Over there dying in the corner, acting like a little bitch.
Yeah, that's so you can be really uncomfortable with that, like to the point that perhaps your comrades would feel rather weird around you. That's also a very cool roleplay opportunity, right? So yeah, we also forgot about the gods. So Gustav, 10 points for you. Johannes, 10 points for you. For Sigmar, Lambert, deity.
Ranald, he did the coin flip thing.
Oh yeah, you've tossed the coin to the bath in which your naked friend sat. Yeah, that I didn't got that. Immediately I didn't know about the run out thing, but with the coin, 10 points, of course, 10 points. And Gaston, Lady of the Lake. Or remember, there are also, of course, Bretonian can also, give thanks to Sharia, to more stuff like that.
Yeah, no, I didn't have any time to give thanks to it or anything.
Sure. So also Lambert, you get 5 points for your halfling. I really like all the all the mention about those people in the club being racist, looking down on you. That was very cool and very true, of course. So that was nice. Who made third note session? Andy, you, right?
Yeah.
So give yourself additional 30 experience points, and also, of course, please, before our next session, upload all the notes, including previous ones, to the game, so that we might know. And yeah, next time Brian will take the helm when it comes to making notes. Now let's see about our next game date. So 21st of July.
Real quick, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
So it's 10 points for each session, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so 30.
Okay.
30.
10 or 5 points need to go to Brian, because he took notes for half a session.
Okay.
No,
of mine.
I didn't think I did.
No, you did. Yeah, it was the first one. You took.
It was like. Yeah. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
So is it 30 for each or 30 for all three?
30 for all three.
Okay.
30 for all three. Yeah.
Got it. Yeah. Well, so give me 20 and then give 10 to.
Well, Brian.
No, man. I really only did a couple of lines. It was like an hour into the session you took over, so it's fine.
Whatever.
All right. So in that case, Andy, you have full 30 points, but very, very cool of you to include Brian like that. I respect that a lot. Okay, so for our next game, it can be either 21st. It's up to you, really. I have most of my Sundays evenings free. So tell me if 21st is all right.
Yeah, I think so.
I think so. I mean,
Okay.
like I said, I'll let you guys know if but I'm assuming that the funeral will happen before then. So.
Sure.
Yeah, I think if we can do the next, that'd be better. I could probably make the 21st work. It's just I'll be getting back from the beach. I'm going to the beach next.
Okay. Well, actually, I can't really do 14th like next week. So either 21st or maybe if you guys prefer, we can just skip and go to 28th.
That's what I was saying. Yeah, 28th would be better.
He's going to the beach, but I'm going to Memphis on the 20th. I'll be getting back. Pretty, might be able to get back, but morning time for our session.
Okay, so what about Brian and Sean?
Either
Yeah,
one works.
28.
Okay, so what?
Yeah, let's shoot.
28th is fine then, yes?
Yep.
Okay, so we are playing our next game on 28th of July, so thank you very much for the game. It was, it was as usual very cool. And, you know, I'll see you, hear you soon. Take care, guys.
All right.
Later, guys.
ya.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
See you guys.